All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Average Overlanders podcast. I'm Jared.
And I'm Ben.
And tonight we have a special guest with us, Tom, otherwise known as the Mad Yeti. I mean,
welcome.
You're about as big as a Yeti. You're freaking...
6'7".
Did you just call him fat?
No. You're a big
I've been working
dude,
on my
man.
diet. Be nice.
Yeah, man. Ease up.
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming out.
Finally,
man.
we've been talking about this.
I know, it's like over a year in the works.
It's just been such a crazy year.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's got so much shit going on and just schedules, and it's, hard to make shit work. But glad you're able to pull it off. Yeah.
Yeah, when I put it in, like, to see how far away you guys were, it was like 12 minutes.
I know,
oh, my God.
Like, well, shit, we should have been hanging
I'm
this
like
whole time.
35 minutes away.
Yeah. It ended up taking like 25 because of the traffic and the rain, but it was,
Yeah, the rain that never happens in Southern California here. Yeah.
Yeah, it rained on me on the way over, so it was nice.
Yeah, no, we need it. Shoot.
That's what everybody says. Everybody from California's like, oh, yeah, we need
the rain.
There was like memes about it.
Yeah. and then they freak out when it rains.
And they freak out. It's like, it's not lava. It's not chunks of asteroids or anything crazy like that. It's like, it's just a little water. And we don't even really get real rain.
No, this is not real rain.
Yeah.
But that's some real wind out there right now. I will tell you
wind was
that.
booking. We did get some wind.
That's why there was traffic for me getting here, is because they closed down the lanes because all the power lines had come down.
Oh, for real?
And they had all the power line crews out there working on it.
Yeah, shit.
So
Damn.
and not only that, I will say this because it actually is overland related.
Oh, all right.
I was outside last night and I was trying to like batten down the hatches and everything, like put stuff away. And as I was doing that, the umbrella fell onto my black stone cooktop, knocked it off of the thing, and now that is broken. It smashed it, like the whole knob, the whole everything. It won't even
Patio umbrella wrecked your Blackstone
because
grill.
it was on top of this thing that then knocked over and fell.
And then it fell.
Yeah,
Okay.
so now my poor man's scuttle is broken.
Did you make your own scuttle?
No. It was a one of those Blackstone griddle.
Gotcha.
It was a 17-inch griddle.
Gotcha.
And I used to use it to cook, but now I have something else. So yeah, but now that's broken. So I got to get a new. Maybe I'll get a Tembo Tusk.
Now you got to excuse get a new one.
If Jerry's listening, Jerry should
Jerry.
he should definitely hook you guys up. And me. I've been talking for a while.
You don't have one yet?
I don't have one yet.
Oh, okay.
Package deal.
Yeah. Heck
That's
yeah,
awesome.
dude. I had the best, like, I think I mentioned on one of our podcasts, one of the best desserts I've had was on a
scuttle.
Scuttle, yeah.
Or a Tembo Tusk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. They had an event at Magnaflow, maybe 6 months ago. Or
Oh yeah,
something like
that's
that.
right. Yeah,
It was a while ago. It was a coffee and or Rigs and Brew event.
One of
too, I
those
think. It was
type
one
of-
those
yeah.
deals. And they were there, and they were like making cinnamon rolls on the Tembo Tusk, and it was unreal. I mean, just unreal.
Yeah.
Marco was there making like shrimp tacos.
Of course he was.
Gourmet shit off of that, making like, how come I can't do that?
Yeah.
You know what's so funny is that like they need to get some of these overland cookers, and they need to take them out and go to these. Like I watch this show called Cutthroat Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, make it a
Oh my god, or Chopped or something like that. Like get one of those guys on there.
like a great like reality type show, like one of those. Yeah, like nailed it. One of those cooking shows, but the overlanding cooking show. What can you make on the trail?
Yeah.
That would be actual rad.
Well, you know what? I mean, that idea was just born here tonight. So maybe
It was.
maybe we should do that.
You know
I'm going to edit that out, and we're going to
It'll be
trademark it real quick.
Everything is being cooked on the Tembo Tusk scuttles,
sponsored
dude.
by.
Oh my god, we got to do it.
Brought to you by Jerry at Tembo Tusk.
That
All
would be
right,
rad.
yes, and Open Road for Two, our YouTube friends, like let's get them on it to film it, put on the channel. Oh man,
We got Overland Spices, could provide
Yes.
some of the spices and stuff.
okay, we got
right.
this. We'll be the hosts.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the judges. The judges. I want to eat.
Judges.
I want to eat.
yes.
No, I want to eat.
Yeah, we'll try to get some big names too, like Gordon Ramsay. Can you do something on a scuttle?
Yeah, we can have our guest judge would
Yeah.
be, like Gordon Ramsay or even Marco. I mean, he's got a cookbook, so, why not?
I actually had him sign my cookbook, and I felt
really?
so weird doing that.
Oh, I bet.
I love getting books I have like autographed, by the authors.
absolutely.
I love it. So he was at the Magnaflow event, and I was like, hey, so this might be weird, but do you mind signing this book for me? And he's like, oh, of course, man. And he like signed
I'm sure
it.
he gets that all the time.
Oh yeah, yeah. But it was it was cool. And so yeah, that's on my bookshelf of autographed books. And
That's
awesome.
yeah. And once I get a Scott, I'll take that out with me and I'll cook what he makes.
Yeah.
Dude, try to.
We got to do it. Let's do it at like a Riggs and Brews. Do like a live cook competition. Yeah. Let's talk to Michelle.
Well, they have those ones that like the who did it once? Somebody
Olaf.
did one like the chili cook-off one. Yeah. At Olaf, they did the chili cook-off. Yeah.
Have you ever been to an Olaf event?
No.
Yeah, they're pretty fun.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Where are they at? What is it? What's the
Kind of all over the place. Like they used to have, they had a couple of them up at Holcomb Creek, but I think that
Holcomb Valley Ranch.
Holcomb Valley Ranch, but I think it's up for sale. So I don't know if they're gonna be able to do them there anymore.
Yeah, we should pool our money together and buy that.
Yeah.
That's an awesome property, by the way.
Like 300 acres or something crazy for like 12 million.
That's it?
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But in Big Bear, I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
That'd be rad.
Well, if we each pool $4 million each.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
can almost squeeze that.
Yeah.
Let me talk to my banker.
We leverage a few things here. And,
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it.
No problem.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of things you could do on that ranch. You could do actually kind of what you do for a living, right?
Yeah.
You could do that. So why don't you tell the people about what you do?
So I started a security company about 10 years ago, and from that's transformed into a firearms training company. So it's two separate companies, but with the security company, I kind of identified where the issues were in the security industry. Like you see those guys with their shirts untucked and they look like a bag of ass walking around.
Yeah.
Like, that is a warm body. That guy's not doing anything.
That guy has a name badge and a flashlight.
Yeah. Fat, dumb, and happy. Just
Yeah,
walking around.
exactly.
And nothing against those guys at all, because everybody needs to work. But I identified that was a problem in the industry, and like there's no respect and people weren't respecting it. So I changed it. And I said, I'm going to make my company, and my guys are going to look legit.
Clean cut. Or not,
Clean cut.
I mean?
And come from backgrounds where they have experience and not just,
Smart.
need a job, start tonight kind of thing, So I started with that, and I, been doing that for like 10 years now, I believe. And then my whole life I've been shooting guns, but I started seeing a pattern with firearm instructors that they're, these guys that like, I can't believe you're teaching people this. And, it's usually a guy that he can't move very well. And, he's like 400 pounds wearing a
Fat, dumb, and happy.
Fat, dumb, and happy, wearing his, little floppy boonie hat.
He's
and,
a retired security guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Shows up with all the tactical gear that you could possibly buy. And,
He's got everything, but
he's got the 511s on,
but doesn't know how to teach good like weapons handling and so
creates bad habits, possibly.
creates bad habits, like unsafe practices on the range where I've been there, and I'm like,
sketchy.
I don't feel good right now. Like this guy is not seeing that this guy is like literally flagging everybody on the line. So I said that, I realized that, and I've got some friends that are they've got big training schools. Shout out to Mike Glover with Fieldcraft Survival.
They do great stuff.
They do great stuff. Yeah, he's such a smart guy, and just incredible person, but also his training and his tactics are just like spot on. So, I'm not trying to take people away from that wanting to train with me, but if you are going to get training, he's a fantastic.
It's not a bad route to go.
Not a bad route.
The thing is that, like, as a firearms person, just in general, you just want people to be safe and properly trained.
Yeah.
So, you're providing it, he's providing it, like, just get properly trained.
And that's exactly where I stand with it, because you see these people that they're, in today's day and age, it's crazy. And, you see all these crazy videos online of people getting like jumped like for no reason and getting hit in the head with a hammer in the subway.
Paul Pelosi got hit in the head with a hammer by a guy.
Right? Yeah.
Where's his security?
Exactly. Yeah. But so it's just all about getting out there and getting trained and doing it. Like, don't take an 8-hour CCW class to get your CCW and think that you're tactical now because you get an inside the waistband holster. Like,
that's the scary part. And those are the people who just pull it out for no, everybody wants to be a hero, and but you can hurt somebody.
You can hurt somebody, and that's where the continuous training, because it has to be continuous training, and that's where, and that's why it's important just to keep training, because it's you take an 8-hour class and you get a cool holster and but you don't know what you're doing.
A card that says you know what you're doing.
You have a card that says you know what you're doing, but the actual standards to get to that are just like.
Oh yeah,
pitiful.
I've taken like courses, and it's like you don't need to know shit. Basically, it's kind of scary.
Yeah, you don't need to know anything.
Yeah,
like, can you hit the paper?
Yeah, basically from like 20 yards.
From that's the far point.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's like 5 yards, 7 yards. You know, it's crazy. And as long as you can fire your 4 rounds or whatever it is, 8 rounds, and hit the paper. I mean, more or less hit the paper. You got to have a little bit of, you know,
a little bit of standards there.
a little bit of standards. But I mean, if you can do that, you pass, and those people are given the paperwork to go and submit for their CCWs, and those people are out and about, you know, being armed. And then a lot of them do get, you know, continued training, but a lot of people also in that class.
I don't want to diminish it. Like the majority of the people are well trained, obviously.
The majority of people do
respect it and
you know, continue to do it. But I've been in those classes where the guy's never fired a gun before.
Yep.
And here's my brand new gun. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. And it's, you know, so that's one of the things that I do is, you know, the different levels of training that I offer is everything from like basic, this is the trigger, this is how you put, you know, bullets into the magazine.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean,
no,
you know, like anything, like if you're going to learn,
check your ego, man.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
You'll have, I'm sure you've experienced this more than anyone, but you'll have these guys that think they're high speed.
Yeah.
And because they play Call of Duty.
Right.
And then they come in and then they like you said, like flag people or, you know, unsafe practices. They don't like clear the chamber. They don't do all these things.
Got all the Magpul furniture they can buy on their, you know.
And that's a liability, man.
It is, yeah. I mean, there's range accidents all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see those videos on,
you see the videos like I've never.
My favorite one was that one guy who's like the instructor. He's like talking. He's like, "You want to do this?" He's like, "Boom!" And he's like, "Did you mean to do that?" And he's like, "Yeah,
yeah." The dude with like a revolver, right?
Yeah. And you could tell after he shot that, he's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, there was another one where a guy was doing a demo in a school, and I want to say he was like FBI or Marshals or something like that. He was all tactical, you know, he was on a special response team or something like that. He pulls his gun out in the classroom, pulls his gun out to show everybody, and as he's putting it back in his holster, he has a accidental discharge, negligent discharge, and shoots himself.
Yeah,
and then tries to continue
played it off.
You know what? I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
So bad.
That's an older video, but that's like that's the.
But you know what my favorite is, though? My all-time favorite, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about, is that one guy who's like, this is how you disarm somebody from a gun. He's like,
Detroit Dust.
Yes, that guy. Yes. That's great.
Have you seen the memes where he'll do one of those things and then it goes to a clip from Jason Bourne?
Oh my god. Jason Bourne.
That's Jason Bourne.
So great.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Oh man.
Yeah, all the people that debunk that guy. I mean, like, good for him for, like, you know, trying to get, well, actually, I don't know. He might just be trying to get people killed.
I was going to say, that's going to get people hurt because they're going to like, oh, that's all I got to do?
Yeah.
But you know what? It's no worse than what Hollywood does. They make these movies and people think they are Jason Bourne.
You should know that's fan fiction. I mean, and this guy, but he's like supposed to be an instructor showing you how to disarm somebody. Yeah. And like,
I don't know.
Get shot.
I mean, if I'm somewhere and someone has a gun to my head, I'm probably just going to listen to them, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
comply
at that range, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I could see it coming,
I'm not that fast.
Yeah.
respect the firearm, not the person.
Yeah. I mean, I want to throw out there, like, I would do something. I would do something before getting killed, but I'm also not going to be.
I'm not going to be a victim.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a victim. But like, if somebody happened to get the jump on me and have a gun to my head, like,
I'm going to play smart.
I'm going to wait for my opportunity, and then that guy's going to like learn a lesson real fast. But
and then be non-existent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, it's all about safety training. Proper training.
Yeah.
And, you know, just knowing how to handle your weapon, because if you have it on you, you're responsible for it.
Yeah.
Now, do you know, as far as, I'd like to educate some people a little bit as far as like, so like, you know, we go overlanding, camping and stuff like that. And I always bring a firearm with me.
Yeah.
Is there better, like, proper way? I'm sure state to state it's going to change, but what would like a recommendation as far as how to transport a firearm?
So I actually meant to look this up today because I thought that might come up while we were talking tonight. But it was, I know that there's some rules or some laws that say if you're out in a certain area, like hunting, you can carry, you can have a, I believe, do your research for the area you're in.
Yeah,
this is not legal advice.
This is not legal advice. But
we don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. But I believe you can carry if you're out doing something like that within
out
reason,
on BLM
like
land or
BLM,
whatever,
like remote hunt if you're hunting or something like that. So I don't know what all the rules are for that, but I mean, go get a CCW if you can do it. You know,
Yeah.
California's hard, but
it's hardest, yeah.
but where we're at in California, but it's getting a little bit better. So
Yeah.
Well,
and you can
in
get like
Riverside-
a 48 state. I think like I think like 48 states all recognize the same one. Like if you get it in Nevada, it's good for like
I think you have to
Florida,
get like
Utah.
4 or 5 of them.
yeah, there's like I know Florida's a good one, Utah, Arizona, Nevada's another one. There's a bunch of them that give you like 24 other states or something like that. So
yeah, you can just stack them all up and
you
stuff.
just stack them, yeah. And then I mean, a lot of guys do that because they're like, yeah, I can carry in wherever. And I've been with friends when we're like in South Dakota and they can all of a sudden carry. And
Yeah.
I'm like, and they're like, I'm going to carry. I'm like, cool. Like, so am I, but he's not able to here. So
Yeah.
it's,
But yeah, like you go to New York, good fucking luck, you know? Yeah.
And New York's crazy too because
Yeah.
they've got like, they're doing all kinds of stuff like 7-round magazine laws. Last I heard, I stopped looking at it.
Well, you can't even fly into, I've heard of people getting like arrested and their firearms confiscated, like just flying into
Yeah.
New York with, or their weapons are in cases, they're not carrying them, but just because they flew into New York with a
Just because
firearm.
they possess them.
Yeah. Yeah, there was
crazy.
and I might be butchering the story, but I know it's mostly true here. There was a female law enforcement officer that was from California or Texas or something like that. She was chaperoning her high school daughter's school trip to New York City. So she's a police officer.
Yeah.
Recognized, all police officers, no more jurisdictions. It's all, if you're a police officer, each state recognizes you. Bush had a thing where he put something out there where you're recognized nationally.
Nice.
But she flies into New York. She has, what we would call high capacity magazines here.
Yeah.
The rest of the country would call it standard capacity, or they would just call it a magazine. But so she flies in with her standard capacity magazines, and they detect it. They arrest her. Doesn't matter that she has her credentials. They're like, she is law enforcement.
Crazy.
And it was like a pretty big thing. I don't remember how it played out. I'm sure she was, either slap on the wrist or nothing, but she was, I think for 2 days, like tied up.
Detained.
But the fact that it went to that level is crazy. Yeah.
Like I wear a badge.
Yeah.
Like
We're-
that's like
same
when
side,
you're
same
like
team.
Randy from South Park. Thought this was America.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Shit.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I mean, it like I travel to Arizona a lot because that's where I'm from, and they're a lot looser. But even being a California resident, going to Arizona, even though I was
on the way
from
there, yeah.
You still have to like abide by essentially California laws.
Yeah, keep ammo separate
keep it
from your
separated
firearm
and
in
everything.
a lockbox still. And,
Yeah. Crossing state lines is weird with stuff.
Yep.
So it's, I don't
Play
know.
it safe. Yeah.
There's all kinds, like now you got to do background checks for ammo in California.
Yes,
Yep.
yes,
Yeah,
I paid for
there's-
that.
Yeah. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, and
so stupid.
I don't know. I mean, I fortunately, before that law went into effect, I bought like all the ammo
As much
I
as you
need
could.
for a while.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good for a while.
So my buddy used to work for a company called Freedom Munitions. It was based out of Idaho, and they used to like buy it remanufactured ammunition and have it sent to your door.
Oh, it reloads and
we
stuff.
we used to be able to do that, and so he would give me heavy discount codes.
Yeah.
I'm like, boom, 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 9 mil, 223, this and that, right? And I'd get it all shipped. Well, then the new law came out where you can't have it shipped to your door. It has to go through like what, FFL or something like that. And so then you had to pay like an extra fee and everything. It's just like, oh my God.
More fees and more fees.
Yeah. Transfer fees and like background check fees and all that. It's crazy. Like what's going on here with guns. I mean, there are some places that will still ship to California to your door. I'm not saying that I do that, but I talked to somebody who said that they asked somebody at this particular company that does it on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And they said that it's not their job to know the laws of every jurisdiction. It's only their job to know what the laws are where they are.
True.
Tell me your secrets. Who is this person?
I might tell you after.
Maybe after the podcast.
Or
I didn't want it on
a couple more of these. Whiskeys
we might
that
loosen
will-
you up. Yeah.
We have a whole table full, so go for it.
I don't even know what to go with next. This is crazy.
Breckenridge.
Another good one.
Breckenridge. It's over by you.
Yeah.
There
was a gift by Norm.
Yeah.
Land Beaver. That's all.
Norm Marine 1. Yep.
Now I know for next time if you guys invite me back, I'll definitely bring something to add to the table.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Always welcome, man.
You guys have some good stuff here.
We got some random stuff, man.
Yeah,
Like
we got some good, we got some bad.
Yeah.
But,
some experimental, we call
some
it.
are, yeah.
You know what's cool though too is like
Keep our
buying it for the bottle. You know, like
Oh, yeah.
the cool bottles.
Yep.
And that's something in our house. That's what we do is like wine. It's what are the cool bottles of wine bottles? And I do it with whiskey, but it's I mean, there's some awesome bottles, and the artwork is so cool and unique, and
that's what I like it for too.
Yeah.
So I know this is not overlanding specific, but whiskey's everything. So, there was this whole article I was reading because I have a friend that's I'm going to butcher the way you say this, but they're like a master sommelier or sommelier.
Yeah.
He's a master level. And so he actually teaches the courses for people to become master sommeliers.
That's cool.
So, his name's Brian. And the thing is that he was talking about the psychology about bottles and the artwork basically on it and the labels. And he says it's not always about that or how much it costs.
Yeah.
Like if we're talking about wine, he was talking about how the best Sauvignon Blanc is actually a $20 bottle.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's Kim Crawford. Believe it or not, from New Zealand.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and it's available everywhere.
Yeah.
Whiskey bottle, same thing. I was reading an article about it, and they were talking about how everybody loves these certain whiskeys because of like they're kind of gimmicky or whatever, or they have a cool looking bottle.
Yeah.
He's like, but the whiskey's trash.
Well, I was going to mention, like, I won't mention the name of this whiskey because some people will be mad at me, but this bottle right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It looks
That was on that list, by the way.
It was.
That was on the list.
As one of the worst whiskeys.
Oh, you know what's funny is I actually
People love it.
I saw this, and I haven't tried it yet, but I saw it.
It's not terrible.
No, it's not terrible, but I mean, it's very well packaged.
Yeah, very well
It
packaged.
looks fancy, but there's other.
Sorry, Allie.
There are better ones out there.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's not saying all fancy bottles are bad, but it was just kind of funny how they were talking about the psychology of the bottle and the label and all that other stuff. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's those sommeliers, like they know so much, and they get a lot of like respect wherever they go. If you're a sommelier and you're trying to get into a restaurant in like Italy, you're in.
I lived because at the time there's only 148 in the world, and he was one of them.
Yeah.
And he was actually the night I proposed to my wife, we had did wine tasting in Napa because we lived in San Francisco, and he took us. We were royalty.
Yeah.
Going to every winery, every big name winery. They're like, no, Mr. Cronin, please come in the back. Come on, let's go do some tastings in the back. Here's a bottle we haven't even released yet.
Yeah.
We want your opinion.
Oh, they're rock stars.
And I'm over here,
world.
23 and drunk, and she's like, yeah,
Yeah.
tastes great.
Yeah.
Don't know the difference. Yeah.
My dad actually, he and his friends and all their wives, they go on these European trips, a couple times a year, and they do all this crazy stuff. They're all, getting retired and all that stuff. So, but they something happened with their reservation at the restaurant they were trying to get into, and one of his buddies said, "Do you know who that is? That's so and so. He's the sommelier and all this stuff." Instantly seated in a private room downstairs in the wine cellar, like 5-star everything, and then the I don't remember if it was the maitre d' or whoever it was. They come down and they're like taking pictures, I think, and like they want him to like pair things and what his thoughts are, and and so like so
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize it at the time, but I was spoiled.
Yeah.
We went to a lot of restaurants in San Francisco and people treated us like we were royalty.
Yeah, it's great. But now my dad is not a sommelier, so he was just. I mean, they all like they have a good sense of humor. Him and all his friends, so they just got in and. But he probably could play it out. Like they drink enough wine, they know what they're doing. So
Oh yeah. And honestly, they know more than just wine. They know all alcohols. They know all this stuff. It's crazy. So, anyways,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you talked about like a recommendation for traveling and how to like kind of pack it. Check your local laws. But what I'm interested in is what type of firearm would you recommend to carry with you? If pending laws, local, all this other stuff, but like, what would you carry if for an all around gun when it comes to overlanding? Because there's
not necessarily an EDC,
wild animals,
but just you're going shotgun, you're going
in what caliber
handgun.
because that's important.
Yeah. So I have 2 EDCs and one's a full size Glock 21, but I'm 6'7", so I can easily conceal that. But, so that and then my Glock 23, which is a 40.
That's what I have.
Yeah,
I love that gun.
Yeah, great gun. I'm actually starting to favor that one. Yeah. Not for the size, but just the recoil management and everything like that. When I'm at the range or training, it's I'm starting to kind of get into that. I'm tricking it out with triggers and stuff.
Hell
like that.
yeah,
Hair triggers and stuff. But,
I put a new trigger in mine.
Yeah. What trigger did you go with?
Shoot.
CMC.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember like the weight though. I put it in
2
like
pound or
it's been
something?
probably it's been like a couple years. I don't remember what I put in there, but yeah,
I did a Timney on mine.
like a flat.
The flat, flat
yeah.
one, yeah. And it's I think mine's like 2.8 pounds or something.
2.8.
So it's noticeable, from the clock is that, standard stock, so I think I would go with definitely a pistol. I mean, that's like, if you're legally carrying and you're doing everything the right way and you are able to have a pistol with you, I would go with a 40 or 45.
Can I ask why? I'm curious.
Why?
Why not like a 9?
I would. Well, I'll let you answer it, but I have my own answer for that. But
So yeah, 9. I mean, 9's
It's the most common.
it's
pretty
common,
much.
yeah. But there's, so I remember, this is probably about 15 years ago or 20 years ago, all the PDs started going to 40s and 45s because they were shooting people, 20 times before they finally surrender.
want that stopping power.
And you got this more stopping power, which is basically what it comes down to. So is that what you were going to say? Too?
Yeah.
Just stopping power.
Stopping power, yeah.
Well, I mean, and not necessarily a people thing,
Right.
There's animals.
Yeah.
Like if I got a bear coming at me, I want something that's going to stop this bear.
Yeah.
A 9's going to like probably piss it off a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even a 45 though. I mean, depending on the bear,
yeah.
I mean,
depends on what kind of bear country you're in. If I'm in Alaska, I'm carrying like a 357 or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, I think what I would do if I was doing a long range thing, I would do a pistol and then probably my AR, just because I'm pretty competent with my AR and it's fun to shoot. So if you're out there shooting in a space that's legal to shoot in outdoors and all that stuff, I love shooting my AR. So it's
They are a lot of fun.
yeah, they're a lot of fun. So yeah, I would do that. But if it's a budget thing and you're trying to choose one gun to go with, I'd go with the one you can carry not only when you're in overland, but also your everyday.
Yeah, firearms aren't cheap. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
It's, and especially now, like you start modding these things out. It's like my Glock 23 has more work into it than what the cost of the gun was.
Yeah.
By the time you start putting on like, RMR optics on top, different slides and triggers and springs. And
it's funny you say that. So I used to be in like pre-runner race trucks and all that kind of stuff. And I sold my pre-runner and I'm like, okay, I just had a baby and I'm like, okay, I need some money. I'm going to sell that. I'm going to get out of off-roading, take a break for a while. I'm like, I need a hobby though.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe I'll get into firearms. I love firearms. Like
That's cheap.
maybe I'll start building my own guns. Bad idea.
Yeah.
I went down that rabbit hole and I'm like, oh, okay, I need I need new barrels. I need new upgrade to the lower parts kit. Everything needs to be new. And now I've got, I'm poor again. Damn it.
Yeah. We'll just start selling guns. Actually, no, never sell your guns.
No, don't do that.
I sold my AR because it's California and there's no point in owning one here.
I've sold 2 of my ARs and I regret it each time. I'm like, damn it. If I ever find that guy, I'm going to buy it back from him because I just regret selling it.
Yeah. It's and like you were saying with California, I mean, they're so weird in California.
Oh yeah.
Before we start recording, I was telling you guys I was just out in Alabama doing a instructor course and explaining to the people and the other instructor candidates that were in my class and the instructors that were training us, trying to explain what a fin is. And then having to Google it to show them a picture, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?"
Our
what is that
listeners,
little
like,
toy?
our listeners outside of California are probably, the hell are you
They're
talking
laughing
about?
at us
You
right
got
now.
like little fins on your guns.
Yeah.
No,
They're
sucks.
Yeah. If you're outside of California, basically what it is it makes a pistol grip not a pistol grip.
Yeah, it's so you can't wrap your thumb around the
back.
backside of the pistol grip. So you have to have your hand kind of flat.
But
It's almost like with like a regular style like hunting rifle.
Yeah.
How you would grip it.
But weirder.
But weirder. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I had my AR, it was legal at the time, and then they changed the laws, so I had to change the gun.
Every 6 months.
Yep. And I ended up getting what was known as a Thordson stock. And the difference is I didn't have to have a fin because the angle of the grip was so
what I mean.
great
Yeah.
that it didn't have to require a fin. So it wasn't like a pistol grip. I'm doing air quotes here. So, but it actually, to be honest with you, was a lot more comfortable to shoot.
Yeah, that's what
And
I love.
especially if you're laying prone, it was a lot lower to the ground, especially with only a small mag.
Yeah.
That thing was dope.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, California.
I'm cool
check.
with this.
So I actually saw one of those, and the guy was like, "Yeah, you can put this on and take that fin off and put this on. This covers the bases." And I held it. And I was like, "This actually isn't that bad."
Yeah.
It was actually nice.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, but I just want
Yeah.
a regular pistol grip. Like,
Agreed. It's not as good, but if you had to have that, do it.
yeah,
Do the Thorson.
yeah,
Yeah, I shot Eric's. Eric has one of his rifles like that, I believe, and it wasn't that bad.
I had a CNC drop in trigger for it. I had like all these like upgrades and everything, precision barrel, like all this stuff. It was really nice. And I ended up selling it to Chef Jeff.
Oh, really?
And guess what? It was a couple of years ago I sold to him. He still hasn't shot it.
Of course not. Yeah. Well, you probably can't afford the ammo. Yeah.
Well, no, I gave him like a couple 1,000 rounds of ammo for it too.
really?
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways.
yeah.
So a 40-45. Okay. So I own 2 9s,
Yeah. I'll buy one.
17 and a 19.
So you can go get one.
And that's actually what I take with me is mostly the 19.
Yeah.
But because I want to like start shooting that more because I want to do my CCW. But the more I shoot that gun, I'm like, I don't want this for CCW because it's a double stack magazine. It's too fat.
You want thinner. Yeah.
Compact.
Yeah.
That's why, like, you were saying, like, the 23 I like because
Yeah.
compact, a little bit thinner, or
And
smaller.
I no pun intended, I shoot myself in the foot because I didn't take advantage of the opportunity to buy a Glock 43 because my buddy was selling his. He was law enforcement.
Yeah.
He was selling his.
Yeah, Kiki.
It was Craig. And I was like, I don't really need that. And then I'm like, damn it, I should have because that's a skinny 9.
Yeah, they're sweet.
And for people outside of California, we have a California handgun roster.
Yes.
And so we can't just get everything. Like I think Glocks, it's nothing above
Gen
Gen
3.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
All my
like,
shit's Gen 3.
unless you buy it from somebody who legally had it, so like a cop could buy it personally, decide they hate it, and then sell it to you. That's legal. But otherwise, in California, we're not getting anything.
We don't
new.
get any of the cool stuff.
Because there was our other buddy who's also a cop. He had a 19X, I think it was. Was it a 19X?
I can't remember. I know whatever number designation X. I can't
But it
remember
was a really cool gun.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand what the difference was, but yeah.
Yeah. There's some good stuff, and I did want to circle back to what caliber to carry.
Oh yes, caliber.
It comes down to what you can handle well. So I've known. I was talking to somebody, and they had they wanted to get a 45 compact 45 Glock because if they needed to use it defensively, they wanted that person to feel like a cannon was coming at them.
Yeah.
And I believe they had a 380 Glock.
Okay.
And I don't remember what the model number was, but I said, believe me, like if you can shoot that well and it fits your hand well and all that, stick with that, because if you're shooting at someone defensively, it doesn't matter if it's a 380 or a 45,
22 or whatever.
they are going to feel like a cannon is being fired at them.
So somebody had a saying. They said, "When was the last time somebody complained about who didn't care that they were being shot at with a 9?"
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Well, that goes back to your training too. It's like, if you're going to carry something, train with it. Make sure you can actually shoot it.
Yeah.
Like people just go out and buy like a 45.
Yeah.
And then they can't hit shit with it.
Yeah,
because the recoil is fucking real.
6'4", stocky guy with big hands, and then he tells his wife or girlfriend,
Yeah,
like,
grab the gun.
Go get a 45, go buy a 45, and she goes and tries to buy one because that's what her boyfriend told her to get. And it's like,
No.
doesn't even fit your hand. Like, can you hit the magazine release? Can you like hit the slide?
Yeah.
Like, can you do that, or do you have to do all this weird?
Shuffling.
Manipulate it just to be able to. Yeah.
just to function it the way it's intended. So so definitely, if you're out there, if you're in the market to buy a gun, go to a gun store and see what fits good in your hand and shoot it.
Like a lot of places, like obviously we're specific to our area. Like there's like Iron Sights in Oceanside. There's like shooting ranges anywhere you're at, and like a lot of them, you can try out guns. You can go and be like, hey, I would like to try to shoot this. Test a few.
Yeah.
See what's comfortable for you, because and it could be a 9 across the board, but different. Handguns or whatever, the grips and everything feel different. Like 1911s are skinny and fat, and then an M9 is like really fat. It's
Dude,
just,
the M9s
the
are
Glocks,
brutal.
Yeah, so just see what's comfortable for you. I mean, depending on, it could be the same caliber, but just try out different guns. Make sure that's what's best for you and comfortable for you. You want to be comfortable.
Has to be comfortable.
Yeah.
It goes into like safety, comfort, competency.
Yeah.
Like you have to be able to have all that stuff together to then to begin to understand like defensive shooting or even just go into the range and shooting for fun. Like you gotta
plinking and stuff like that.
Plinking is fun, but the one thing that I learned from my buddy, we did some high intensity type training like under stress, and that was an eye opener.
Yeah.
Because okay, cool, you can shoot a paper target that's still, you take your time and you're at a shooting range.
Yeah.
All the environment is perfect, right?
Yeah.
Then you get out into the real world, and if something does go down,
shit's
you're under
chaotic.
stress.
Yeah.
Your heart rate's up. You're breathing heavy. You're off target. You don't know how, you're
Might
like
be
jittery
running,
because adrenaline's going, and so there's a lot of things that just come up. And so the training that he did with me on my birthday 2 years ago, we were out on BLM land. We were just shooting some targets, and he was like saying, "Okay, cool. Give me your magazines. I'm going to load your ammo."
Yeah.
He didn't tell us why.
Yeah.
But he was putting dummy rounds in.
Yep.
And so it simulated a malfunction that you had to clear under stress after we were running back and forth, doing push-ups and then running over here.
Yeah.
And then he wouldn't tell me what I was going to shoot at until he was telling me to shoot at. So it was target acquisition. So like those types of environments that he created for us really helped out with like the stress level and understanding what to shoot at, what not to shoot at, when to present, when not, all these other things. And, it was real eye-opening. I'll tell you that. It was way different
You think
than
you're
going
like
to a
super
target.
proficient with your firearm, then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And dude, I will tell you what, that airsoft training, and we were talking about airsoft before we got here, like just doing that helped me a lot. Just
I'm
because he was like, okay,
more
threat.
confidence.
Like his word was like threat. He's like, whenever I say threat, you shoot it. And so even when we were walking back after I did a quick little thing, he starts talking to me and he's like, well, he's a threat. And I was like, whoop, and I had to go for it again.
Yeah.
And so it was just super eye-opening.
Yeah, it's stress inoculation. Like you need to know what it's going to feel like in a real situation, and that's one of the things I tell my students is life is not a plate rack on a range. It's not we're not shooting at paper targets. If you need to defend yourself, you need to be able to understand what it's going to feel like when all of a sudden right now you need to react, and the threat has presented itself unexpectedly, and you're prepared to defend yourself, but what does that feel like to do that? So that with my students, that's something I do. Like obviously not the very basic beginner courses, but once people start getting into it a little bit and they're proficient with it, it's like you're gonna feel some stress, and we're gonna call different targets, and you're gonna think you're done, and then it's gonna start again, and it's
because the first time he did it to me, he was like, okay, cool, because he called out like target 1, 3, 5 or whatever, and I had to like do that. And we were walking back and we were just having a casual conversation. I was like, oh, okay, I can relax now. No, you can't relax, because when you do relax, that's when you're going to mess up. Yep.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I do a drill called the tactical stroll, and it's the same thing. It's you're walking, and then you need to engage the target that I tell you to do. And it's a lot of fun. It's fun for me to do it like when I'm running through someone else's course, and they teach the same way. So it's just a lot of fun. I mean, the beyond the basics and getting into more advanced stuff, it's really cool to do things and feel that stress and understand what it feels like. But yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Do you put dummy rounds in for your buddies?
So
Fuck with them, yeah.
So I do have dummy rounds, but you never know like what students are going to have.
Yeah,
so.
how they're going to react to it.
Yeah.
Well,
I meant more
what
advanced.
and the more advanced, like, so I put on my list, bring 10 dummy rounds for your caliber that you're shooting.
Yeah.
Nobody ever does. So so what we'll usually do is we'll do like, we'll put up empty brass, like an empty
Oh, there you go.
empty brass, a couple down, and then they have to do that. They've got to
tap rack bang,
tap rack flip, tap rack ring. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's, they have to get through the malfunction to get back on target, and we're not stopping right now.
That's part of it. You know, I mean,
they're still shooting at you.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, half my guns fucking, that shit just happens naturally because I built them. So like fucking jam, god damn.
Yeah.
So no, you need to practice that.
Yeah. And it's funny because I've got a good buddy of mine, and he's like, I'm ready to go. I just want to go to all your level 2 stuff. I'm ready to do this. And I said, you are starting at level 1. Like,
slow your roll.
Trust me.
Yeah.
You don't know shit.
Yeah. Humble yourself a little bit, bro.
But he is good.
Yeah.
But when it comes to
if I was taking a class, I'd start me at the beginning. I mean, I got experience with firearms, whatever, but no, I want to,
Yeah. He works armed security, and he's done like some high level stuff, but still, you ask the question, like, how often do you go to the range? Mm-hmm. Twice a year?
Yeah. Like that rust off.
Dude, there's cops that they're training, their requirements are only a few times.
Yeah. Like once a year they'll do requals. Yeah. I'm actually, a buddy of mine's plugging me in with a police department that they want to do a SWAT, like basically back to the basics. And he's like, I could probably get you in with this, because a lot of my instructors that I have with me they're all like special forces guys and, you know, BORTAC and, you know, rappelling out of helicopters and doing
Hell
crazy
yeah.
stuff.
Some high speed shit. Yeah.
Like, so like those guys would be perfect for teaching, you know, a basic, you know, SWAT, you know, group.
Totally.
So you know, it's so yeah, it's I don't know. Go out there and get training. That's for sure what everybody should be doing if they're interested in this.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially if you're going to be carrying, you're responsible for it. That's what people need to remember. You are responsible for yourself,
Yeah.
your firearm, and how to use it.
Yeah.
And you know,
If you fuck up and shoot somebody that shouldn't have been shot, and you're going to fucking jail.
Well,
you're fucked up.
You're
know?
responsible
That's
for
what I mean.
it.
You're, as far as responsibilities, yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, if it's my gun and like some random person grabs it and shoots it, like, I'm responsible because it is my firearm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not secure it. I didn't, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I keep mine locked. I mean, I actually have it right there on top of the refrigerator, but I have like a little, you know, mini Pelican case. I keep it locked and stuff like that, and it lives in there when I'm traveling and stuff like that. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a good way.
Don't
to
just leave it sitting out on the tailgate and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, no.
Yeah, and
kid might wander up. You know.
Yeah, and it happens.
Yeah,
you hear about kids that do this, and it's like tragic.
Oh, yeah, it looks just like my toy guns that I play, my airsoft guns or whatever. You know, like no,
yeah. I mean, it's scary, but yeah, I'm a big fan of the Pelican cases, and just keep it secured, keep it safe, especially if you've got kids in the house. Like, you can't just like put it on top of the fridge.
And then I just want to. Like, so I have a daughter, she's 10, but like teach your kids about firearms.
Yeah.
If you have kids in the house and you have firearms in the house, teach them the difference. Don't just hide it from them.
Yeah.
You know, let them see it. Let them show them what it is and how to, and it's not a toy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they're aware of these things. So it's not like, so their friends come over and they're going to show them off to their friends or something like that. No, it's not a toy you do that with. Teach them to respect it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it can destroy. It will destroy if it's mishandled and
just like anything.
Just like anything. Yeah.
If my kid jumped in my truck right now and drove it down the street, she'd probably fuck some shit up. Same thing.
Yeah.
She knows don't put the key in. Don't turn that. Don't just put in drive and drive away off. And
Yeah.
So just like anything, you don't let your kids go play with the kitchen stove.
Yeah.
That could burn them. Teach them not.
You know, it's funny. My wife always tells this story because when she was like a little kid, she kept on wanting to try to touch the barbecue or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I think I told this story before. And her dad, Scott is his name. He was like, "Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't do it." Mm-hmm. And then finally, she just kept going. He's like, "Fine, touch it. Touch it. See what happens." Yeah. She's all He's like, "See, now you're gonna listen."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the 80s though.
Yeah, we learned differently back then. Yeah.
Do you guys feel like the generation now is like nowhere near where like we were as kids? Like
not at all.
Like I don't see kids riding their bikes in the neighborhood. I mean, I have to
kick my kid out. Like today, I'm like, get on your bike, ride your bike down to Mercy's house, your friend down the street, and go play.
Yeah.
Like, and then they'll go into her house and they just hibernate it in there. Like, but like, yeah, when we were kids, you couldn't get me inside.
No.
I'd be like, as soon as I got home from school, I'm like, Mom, I'm going to Steve's house. So I jump on my bike and I was gone.
Yeah.
And until the lights
We're going to go ride
on,
BMX bikes.
Yeah. Build forts out in the canyons.
Building ramps and like.
Dude, we were like grinding. We were building our own grind things, like
we used
curbs,
to like,
waxing curbs.
Yeah, exactly.
We would get our BB guns. We'd go out into the fields and stuff like that and like just shoot at shit.
But I think the big difference is the internet was just coming out when we were like,
and people weren't aware
up.
of all the dangers.
People weren't aware of like everything. And to be honest with you, like I said, we would just like ride away. And then when the streetlights came on, that's when we knew how to come home.
And that's the thing too. Like, and I'm more hyper aware of like all the sketchiness out in the world nowadays as well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was there when we were kids too, but we just weren't, our parents weren't aware of it. But now we're, exposed to it. And so like, I wouldn't want my daughter jumping on her bike and riding to the 7-Eleven like I did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't trust people.
Different world.
Yeah. There's sketchy fucking people out there. So
yeah.
There's some good with it, but I mean.
So let me ask you this. I mean, you do firearms training. What's the age demographic that literally comes through your door? I mean, do you have Gen Zs in there?
I get a little bit of everything, truthfully. I mean, even like the old guys that, they have it, like they take a little bit extra, they have a hard time like racking a slide and because they're elderly, but they're still out trying to do it. I'm like, are you trying to get CCW? And they're like, no, I just want to take a class. And I'm like, I respect that. Let me help you where I can. And, but everything from so in my classes, you if you're under 18, you have to be accompanied by an adult that's willing to take responsibility. And so I asked the parents, are you comfortable with that child being next to you with a firearm?
Yeah.
And if not, come back in a couple of years. And so, and that's, so I'm sure that weeds some people out there like, oh, fuck that. You know, like I'm not, yeah. Like little Johnny is like stupid, you know, like I'm not letting this kid, I'm not going to stand next to him and be responsible for what he does. So, but yeah, you get a little bit of everything. And, you know, women, it's like, it's pretty much right down the middle. So I do women's only
I would see like women kind of picking up a little bit more now.
Yeah. Well, they actually want it to defend themselves and everything else.
Well, my parents, it's probably actually, it was a while ago, probably like 8 to 10 years ago. My dad asked me, he's like, hey, you know, my stepmom wanted a firearm in the house, just for protection, and they're older, you know, 60s, 70s, and then
your dad didn't have one?
No, he never. I mean, he was, you know, Navy.
He was a goddamn F-14 Tomcat pilot.
He didn't need a he didn't need a handgun. He's got a fucking jet. No,
He's
a F-14 pilot, Navy, 22 years. But yeah, he never owned a personal firearm.
Yeah,
you know,
those guys didn't they have like
they had their issued sidearm,
like,
you know.
they go down
but then when he retired, he handed it all back in and didn't keep any of it.
Yeah,
I don't know why he's a fucking giant Boy Scout, but I would have kept all that shit.
Yeah,
but so he's like, hey, what should I get? Blah blah blah. So I was kind of giving him like a rundown, you know, something smaller that Lynn could shoot as well. And then I bought him a training course nearby where they're at and stuff like that. But yeah, they're just for home defense is what they wanted.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, you get like, and they're an older crowd and like 60, 70 years old, and they're just now getting into that.
Yeah.
So I could see all spectrums of age groups and stuff being
it's and right now
never too late.
And it's taken off like crazy because everybody is seeing how crazy it was.
Seeing the world how
I mean, I feel like things have been steadily getting crazier, but I feel like after the pandemic, it was like
it upticked big time.
So
huge.
I will tell you that I had prior to the pandemic, I had a lot of friends that were like, "Oh, guns are dumb. Oh, why do you need a gun? This and that." Right?
Yeah.
Because I was working out in LA, and then the pandemic hit, and everybody was looting all the stores, burning down shit. Or like, they're literally like, "Hey, I had a friend. I won't put him on blast. He's a great guy. He was like, hey man, what kind of firearm should I get?"
Yeah.
I had neighbors come up to me who obviously know what I'm about, and like they would come up to me like, "Hey, so can you get me a firearm?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
"Can I borrow one?" I had friends ask if they could borrow one.
No.
So I
never let somebody borrow your firearm.
No,
by the way,
yeah,
God,
never
I
do
hope
that.
you're
Never
not
do that.
dumb, but
Keep possession of it. Within your home or household. Don't be loaning.
Well, even Joe Rogan was talking about that. He had friends, like celebrities, that were like, "Man, I don't feel safe. Can I borrow a gun?" He's like, "No."
Yeah.
But the wait list for firearms was so long during the pandemic because everybody was scared.
Yeah, like my one neighbor, he went to, and you couldn't buy a gun anywhere.
No.
They're going off the shelves like crazy.
I've got a story about that too.
Go for it.
I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was doing some business out there, some expansion with the security company, and I think it was March 15th, 2020. I think that's when the lockdown happened, the initial lockdown.
Yep.
And I'm out there, and I'm there with a guy that works with me, and we're like, "Oh shit! Like this is like we got to get home." And
This is legit.
This is legit. And
Pop it off.
It was popping off, and they were saying like states might start closing the border crossings, and I'm like, "Man, I'm 2 states from home." But I do have 4-wheel drive, so like I can
no matter what.
Yeah. I've got 4-wheel drive and I've got a gun. I'll get home, but it's so we're out there and I'm like, well, let's go grab some ammo while we're out here. Not that we were going to illegally transport it across state lines.
No,
we
never
weren't
do
going to
that. Never do that.
We were going to leave it in Arizona,
dig a hole and bury it,
leave it there.
Yeah.
But I
put it in the lake.
Yeah,
I dropped it. Yeah.
Let's
Fishing accident.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened to all my guns. I lost them in a boating accident.
Sucks.
All of my guns that aren't California legal anymore, all
Definitely
went down
not
with
Lake
my boat.
Mead though, because they are
might
finding
find
everything.
No, it was the middle of the ocean when it happened. So
deep sea fishing. Sorry.
yeah, exactly. But no, so we're like, let's go get some ammo, and I was like getting those like the roto packs, and my Tundra, which I had at the time, had the Prinsu rack on top. So I'm like, I went out to like the off road outfitter that they have out there. I'm like, I need whatever you got for roto packs and filling those full of gas, putting them up on the thing. I'm like, I'm making sure I get home, especially with the
not
100,
stopping. Yeah,
like 10 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
It's like I got to go 900
We had that
miles.
5.7, right?
The 5.7, yeah.
I know that pain.
Yeah, it's awful. But so we got the roto packs, we got the fuel, we hit the grocery store and got some canned foods and stuff because we didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to be like,
If you could, shit.
Nobody knew what was going to happen.
People are buying toilet paper for stupid reasons.
so I saw that coming, and
Yeah.
I bought about a year's amount of toilet paper like a week before.
But okay, how did you see that coming?
I-
You're like, man, I
You could
take
see
a
people
lot of
are getting
shits.
weird, man.
yeah, once it started getting weird, I was like,
I did the same thing. I
there's
bought
gonna
like
be
paper
things.
towel, just like general necessities
Yeah.
in case shit popped off.
Yeah.
And then
I'm over here buying gym equipment.
yeah.
I got to keep my swole on.
Yep. But yeah, so we went to the Turners, or not Turners, but whatever the big one of the Cabela's. We went to Cabela's.
Okay, yeah.
And we're like, we're gonna stock up on some ammo. There were like no shit, probably 300 people around the gun counter, and it was like 300 people, like
just panic
eight
mode.
people
Just,
deep.
yeah.
And the way theirs was, it was in the center, so that's how that store had it laid out. It was like in the middle of the gun section, not like along the back walls like a lot of them do. And so, but it was completely encircled, and like everything was gone. All ammo was gone. I mean, you could not get anything. We still got a little bit because I think we stopped in a small town. And they had a little gun store, and the guy's like, "Wait, what's going on?"
Yeah. Nothing.
I haven't checked the internet yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, "You hear about this goddamn pandemic going on right now?" And he's like, "What?"
That Wu flu?
Oh, the Wuhan flu. Yeah. So we got a little bit on the way out, and then fortunately no borders were closed. So we did get home, but
Did you have to go off road?
I think we did by choice.
Yeah, I was
once,
like, did you have to?
we're like, wait, is that the old Route
or-
66 right there? Because I think
Yeah,
we can
that
cut
passes
across.
through Arizona, yeah.
Yeah.
Why
I was
not?
like, we can cut across over there and do that. That might
Do the
be kinda
Mojave
cool.
all the way back? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Out that what is that, off the 40 Roy's or whatever it is, that gas station everyone takes pictures at. It's not a gas station anymore. Maybe it still is actually, but
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
they've got
Yeah,
the
yeah.
old retro sign and all that stuff. So I think
Yeah.
we cut down that way and we came back through the back way. But yeah, it was crazy times. I mean, and that's what it is. Like more gun owners now than there ever have been before.
Yep.
And that's probably why there's the spike in training, and that's a good thing because
thing
that
for
means
you.
people want to train, and for me, I just love to train people. I mean, it's if I can give my knowledge of something and make you either 5% more situationally aware or, better equipped to defend your family and your loved ones, that's what I'm passionate about. I love being able to like do that for people. And a lot of times people will say like, well, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know how much your class is. I'm like, just meet me at the range. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then like, for me, it's like, I mean, I can't believe I can charge for this, but it's, it's like, it's being able to give that to somebody, and it's fun. Like, are you kidding me? I get to go shoot guns and
Dude, I wish I had the
Right? Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, my friend, his name's Paul. He always invites me down to the Rainbow Range. He's a member at.
Oh, wow. That's
And
tough
I'm a
to get
member there.
into. Are
Yeah.
you too?
Yeah.
Like
He's
somebody's
like-
got to like die before you can get a membership there.
No, it's actually not that bad.
Oh, really?
You have to be an NRA member.
Well, that's
Yeah.
easy.
So it's easy.
I think I tried like a while back. It was probably like 10 years ago. I tried and like, nah, we got no openings. You got to wait till like either somebody leaves or dies.
Yeah. And that's probably what it was. It was probably
Yeah.
a bunch of old timers that were wearing the fishing vests and
Yeah.
the flat
No, yeah,
hats
You know
and
what they're
all
called? You know what they're
Exactly,
called? They're called FUDs.
FUDs. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. The boomer FUDs that are out there.
exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, it was probably a bunch of those guys started like not being able to go out there, and they're like, oh shit,
Getting too old. So yeah.
we better get some young blood in here. So yeah,
Keep
so
it
I
open.
got in, and it's a cool range. I mean, there's
Yeah, it's local, so it's just nice.
local. Yeah, and that's
You don't have to go out to the BLM and with all the trash and shit. Yeah.
Although I do like BLM out by.
I love the BLM trash.
Yeah. Well, it depends on where. Like, we used to go out. Like, did you ever go out to like Paris, like Christmas Tree Lane or something like that? And there's the actual legit range right outside of it, but you drive past the range and it's all BLM land. But like, it would be sketchy as shit, dude. Like, so you drive past the first dirt road coming in. That's where people would drop TVs and shoot at
Oh yeah.
TVs and at the rocks, like
Sofas,
20 feet away.
Couches.
Yeah.
But we'd go way the fuck out there just to avoid all those people who just got a new fucking gun for Christmas.
Yeah.
But like, you'd be out there, we set up targets, and all of a sudden you right above your head. You're like, holy shit, dude! Like, it's sketchy, dude. Sometimes out there.
Yeah, I've shot in some BLM places that were close to like residential stuff, but you can tell everybody shoots there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is weird.
This is
Well, there's on your way to Barstow, There's a, what's that?
Yeah.
Hodge Road or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's where we did that high intensity training type
because you're
stuff
out
or
in the
whatever.
desert there.
Yeah, but like we even had guys like literally would all of a sudden they'd roll up on us, and they would literally drive up and they look sketchy.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, everybody get your gun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I've thought that too. I've had people roll up to, and I'm like, they got to be the stupidest people alive if they're going to try and rob us right now, because we're obviously all of us are armed.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Armed
Like,
to the freaking teeth, dude. No, but it was actually kind of weird because like where we were shooting into like a berm and all this other stuff or whatever. And they rolled up and they were like, hey, we're supposed to be shooting way over there, but you guys are like shooting in our direction.
yeah.
Because we were doing long range stuff.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, well, then you can't go over there.
go
like,
over there.
I know you want to go over there, but we're shooting long range. You see those targets? They're orange. Yeah, that's like far.
Yeah.
So, because they were shooting 6.5 Creedmoor, like I think it was like 1,400 yards or something like that, and they were like dialing in, and then they were going to shoot. So these people roll up on us, and then of course they say, okay, we're going to go around the mountain.
Yeah.
Because you can go on the backside of the mountain, then they're like totally safe. Well, they get stuck on the way and they lose traction because they didn't have 4-wheel drive and they get stuck in the sand, and then we had to go bail them out, and that took like another hour, and then like their like battery died or something. It was just like a fiasco. So like we didn't get it was a total shit show. It's like if you're gonna go out to BLM, be prepared, take the proper vehicle.
Yeah.
Like be able to
ties
handle
into
your
overlanding.
own
I mean,
shit.
yeah, air down. You know.
Yeah, they literally had nothing. They're like, oh, we popped the tire. I think that's what it was. They popped the tire.
Oh, you told me that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, we're waiting for our spare. It's like 2 hours away. It's like, but
You don't
we
have a
are here
spare
to
with
shoot.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's when you look at them and say, sucks to suck.
Yeah. Right.
You know, but I mean, not really. I mean, that's,
no.
but that's,
You want to help somebody out, but yeah.
that's part of what's cool about the overland community is like, you guys just you had that interaction, and they're like, but we want to go there, and you're like, but we're here, and then they need help, and you go help them. And you know, I remember I went on a camping trip, like a boys camping trip type thing.
Nice.
And we invited this young kid to come out. None of us really knew him, but he's like, yeah, I've got a Ranger, an older Ranger. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, we're out in Borrego. It's like some sand. It's 4-wheel drive. He goes, pretty sure.
All
right, well, so.
Pretty sure means no.
There's
Pretty
your first
sure
sign.
you're not.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. So when it comes to like instructions of things,
Got 4
like,
tires.
yeah, it's got exactly 4 tires, but
Totally.
but when I give instructions, I'm like, you are going to go to this. Like, do not turn off at any of these dirt roads before this. You're going to hit the train tracks. Make a left. Mm-hmm. Like that's all you need to do. You go down 0.4 of a mile, and you will see us. And like very direct, like. Once he's on that road that GPS will take him to, like you just got to make a left and you're good. You know, at the train tracks, turn left, you'll see us. So he was supposed to show up at like 10 o'clock at night and finally get a text because he had no service. He buried his 2-wheel drive Ranger in the sand.
His pretty sure 4-wheel drive Ranger.
4-wheel drive, yeah, up to the axle. And so I'm like, well, we'll pick you up and, maybe tomorrow we'll drive you back out there and you can start digging it out. Do you have a shovel? No. All right. Well, lock up your shit and, bring all your important stuff because like, we don't know who's going to come across your car in the middle of the night, or you can stay with it if you want to, but he's like, no, come and we'll do it in the morning. So on the way back out there, I see a Jeep Club and I'm like, hey, like I didn't have anything with me because this is before I really was into overlanding.
Yeah.
So it was, I just had like my 2014 Tundra, which I had at the time. And then, like no recovery gear, nothing like that. So, and my buddies didn't have it either. It was like, we all have trucks with 4-wheel drive. We can get places, but like,
you knew you were good.
Hopefully nothing happens, hopefully like we don't need to tow someone out. So in this case we did. So this kid, or the Jeep Club, they're like, I'm like, hey, like this friend of ours, like we just met him, but like he buried his Ranger up to the axle. And, do you guys like, he says he's got $50 to someone that can help him. And they're like, oh no, we don't want his money. Let's go do this. I'm like,
they find it fun. They're like, I get to use my winch.
I know. They're itching. Like, yes, I get to use a winch.
These 14 Jeeps go down this dirt road,
Brad,
tow him out. And I hear the guy tell him, he's like, yeah, you're going to need to like baby it out of here. We're going to tow you, but like, don't give it gas. He was like talking like his kid, don't give it gas. Like, just let me pull you.
Yeah.
Like
put it in neutral.
Yeah. Put it in neutral. Like, don't do anything. You're attached to me.
Yeah.
But they got him out. And that's what's cool about the overland community is like, it just,
they're very outgoing, willing to help.
Outgoing, willing to help. Like,
Well, they have so much gear on their
can't wait to
rigs that
use
they
it.
never use. They're like, I cannot wait to use this shit.
yeah. It's like, wait a second, I need how do I use this winch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I have the manual still? You know?
Oh, I have synthetic line though.
Yeah.
Yeah. That stuff's pretty cool. I saw that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That stuff's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot lighter weight than cable that we used to have.
Yeah. I've never once had to use my winch. I've had twice where I've almost had the opportunity and I didn't get to.
Yeah, but then this is coming from the same guy who literally just bought a new winch just because his other winch is non-functional because he can't attach the controller.
Yeah.
So you bought another winch.
Yeah.
Do you think you're ever going to use it?
No. But if I need it, it's there.
Better
prepared.
have it not need it than need it not have it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
So
I've owned multiple winches on multiple vehicles,
So shut
but
the
I
fuck up.
never used them.
I have never had a winch.
I have traction boards too, and I've never used them.
Yeah.
I honestly wish I had traction boards when I was in Big Bear with that snow. And I told my wife, I'm buying traction boards. I never bought them.
Yeah. Yeah, we went out to Idlewild a couple weeks ago to get some photos of the Sequoia, and it was icy, and there was like cars sliding backwards.
I was just up there Friday. It was crazy.
Yeah. See, I wanted to go out there, but we just didn't have time. It was just crazy. Like our schedules, my wife's schedules, have just been so crazy lately. So, but we went out there a couple weeks ago, and like cars are rolling backwards, and I'm like, fuck this! I'm going down all these guys into the other lane, like you know, and people are walking, yelling at me. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm not going to get hit by these
I'm
cars."
avoiding you, moron.
Yeah, like, what are you doing up on this hill with this,
minivan?
Minivan. Yeah, actually, I think it was a minivan.
probably
a Nissan minivan.
But
It's
we're
like,
here with the kids.
A
There's
Nissan
snow.
Quest?
yeah. Yeah, it was Nissan Quest, I think. Yeah, it was like what are you doing up here? But they're like, yeah, and all the signs leading up there said the trailhead or the parking lot was closed, so like you can't go sledding. So that's why there were all the walkers, and it was just like crazy. But people still tried with the minivans, and
Here you are in your new Sequoia.
here I am in my new 2023 Toyota Sequoia.
Tell us
So what?
about
Yeah,
it.
I want to know about. Yeah,
So
it's sick looking.
it's a cool.
I love
story.
the color. What's the color?
Mesquite.
Mesquite.
Yeah, so it's that like
rad name for a color.
brown, like metallic brown.
Like it's burnt brown.
Burnt
It's like
brown,
so
yeah.
rad.
Like root beer type?
Is that
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It's outside. I'll show you.
Yeah.
Oh, you brought it. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's so I've been watching it ever since Toyota released that teaser on Instagram where it was just the taillight or something like that.
Oh
Yeah.
You know, people started like brightening it up a little bit and trying to figure out what it was. And like, it might be the Sequoia. And prior to my 2014 Tundra, I had like an 03 maybe Sequoia, 2-wheel drive Sequoia, and I loved that thing.
Oh really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I loved that thing. And
Those are great. The Gen 1 Sequoias are
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
I mean, it was big and like it was before I had a relationship with MagnaFlow, so I put like a Flowmaster muffler on it. I'm like, this is badass.
You didn't
know?
cherry bomb it?
No, I should have. But
right.
but it's 2-wheel drive and it's cool, and it was black exterior with the gray interior leather, and it was all
Nice.
all that stuff. So. But then I needed to get a car that had like almost 400,000 miles on it. And this is
Holy
probably
shit, a lot of.
this is probably 2017 when I got rid of that. So not even that long ago.
Yeah,
where I
yeah.
started buying
Really?
nicer cars. But before it was like, I don't like car payments. And
No.
my wife was like, yeah, you work very hard.
You're an
deserve-
adult now.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
Yeah. And we had just gotten her a new car. So it was like,
It's your turn.
It's like, oh, my 03 or whatever, 02, whatever it was. It's like, no, this works for me. And then she's like, no.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm always like, I need a new car. And she's like, no, you don't.
Yeah. See, she's very cool with me because I have this. So I had my 2019 Tundra TRD Pro, which was all like set up, and
Yeah, I think it was nice. That white one.
the white one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I bought in 2021, I bought a Chevy Tahoe, the diesel.
Dude, those are dope.
Released the diesel. So,
Yeah.
and that was like a work thing. Cause like, I remember I picked up a client,
It's a write-off.
The practical.
it is a write-off. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
a write-off.
So,
It's totally a write-off.
but
It's a write-off.
It is. So I pick up my client, and he's like, "Oh, you're driving me in your pickup truck," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm giving you a free fucking ride." Dude.
Yeah.
Like,
What the fuck?
yeah. What do you care? Like, and also this is a pretty nice truck.
You
know?
didn't call Uber black, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you want next time, just take an Uber to the airport. I offered, So,
Right.
and he was just giving me a hard time.
Yeah,
But it's so after that, I was like, it is the right look when you pull up to a place to not be
For clientele. At least,
clients
yeah.
and stuff like that. Like they see me in something that's like,
But wait, what were you in?
I was in my no, I was in my Tundra.
Oh, your Tundra.
Yeah. So, and this is after it was lifted with the rack and the fuel roto packs and all that stuff. So it definitely was not like a very corporate look. It was like
more overlandy versus the corporate.
Yeah,
exactly.
But like that's badass.
It is badass.
Yeah, we would love it. But like if you're like just another profession, like a realtor, you're not going to show people houses in your overland vehicle.
Right.
You want to have like something that fits the bill.
Yeah. And it does work for like, like high level security stuff. Like it does
makes
work,
sense.
But if you need to drive anybody that's like, they want
Just
like
more.
My clients, like if I'm taking the owners of one of my clients, if I'm taking them somewhere,
Like Ben, your profession, would you take out like your boss in your Colorado?
I'd take him out in the Mini.
Exactly. Fuck it.
a Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Man, I've never even been in one of those, but I don't think it fit.
No, you
would. No, there's a lot of room. Anyways, we'll get
Pretty tight.
Yeah.
I just picked up my new tires for the Mini too. So yeah.
Is it all like raced out or anything like
It's
that?
all it's got
dude,
lifted,
Oh,
rallied
lifted?
out,
Oh, shit, okay.
bumpers, all of
It's lifted. It's got
Is it red? I think I may have seen it. I have seen
Riggs
it.
and Bruce, he had it out there. Yeah, yeah.
Mini
Yes.
Caliente.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
man.
funny. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I just got new tires. I need to get some rims for it. I need some 17-inch rims.
Anybody know? Hit 'em
Yeah,
up.
everybody on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, flakes, dude.
Yeah.
Like I thought the flakes were on the buying side. No, the flakes are on the seller side. Like
Yeah.
I can't get anybody to sell me some shit.
Like you're finding it and saying I want to buy it, and then they're saying,
I'm like, I have money.
ghost
I
you.
will come.
yeah,
Where are you? And they're like, oh, I can't really sell it right now. I'll sell it in 2 weeks. I'm like, then why is it posted?
yeah,
Post it in 2 weeks.
Take that shit down.
Yeah.
Jackass.
Anyways, but yeah. So the joke is I'd take it for the Mini Cooper because I don't give a shit. That's me though.
True
but
that,
if
true
I was
that.
trying to be professional,
Yeah, it was. So I didn't care before, but then I'm like, this is a brand new, like, or newish. It was 2020 maybe when this happened, and it was a 2019 Tundra. I
1-year-old Tundra.
Yeah, 1-year-old Tundra, and like
nice.
already like set up like super. Well, anyways, but to people that aren't in overlanding, they're like, oh, this is like a big rig. Like, why are you picking me up in a big rig? This is this type of
See all the
thing.
stuff and like,
to make sure you get to the airport no matter what.
Yeah, we are going to get there because I've got a gun and 4-wheel drive. We're going to get you there.
and all
And
the
extra
roto packs
fuel,
in the
roto
world.
packs.
And extra fuel.
I got MREs in the back under
I
the
got some
seats.
canned food.
Yeah.
Right.
Bro, you're gonna make it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I got the Tahoe, which is like, I mean, that's like driving on a cloud, and
That's your typical corporate.
Yep.
Like,
Yo.
is it black?
I was with a black.
it's black. Yeah,
Yeah,
black on
I
black.
knew it, dude. That's your corporate vehicle, dude.
And it's actually kind of cool because it's
badass.
It's badass, and it's the Premier trim, so it's got like
Oh.
TVs and stuff in the headrest and all that stuff. And but when I got it, I went to see it. The guy's like, "Oh, we just sent it out for wheels. It'll be back in a couple hours." I'm like, "I don't want wheels. I just want it stock." And we're gonna know in the next 5 minutes if we have a deal. And that's usually what I do when I buy a car. Is it's like, I'm approved. I want to do a deal.
I ain't here to fuck around.
Yeah, and I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with. Literally, I had a salesman named Billy. And
Bro,
I don't
Shit
I don't
about
want
the
to talk
car
to
he's trying
Billy.
to sell me. Yeah.
Dude, I have a story for you when you're done about my experience. I've owned over 54 cars. Like, I will tell you, the worst happened to me on my last purchase. But yes, please proceed.
So, anyways, yeah. So and I do want to hear that story. Yeah. So it's because I have a story about when I bought my Sequoia too, but nothing crazy. But so I go there. He sends me a picture, and there's 24-inch black wheels on my black Tahoe, and I'm like, shit.
Ooh, a drug dealer.
Yeah, but it looks just good. I'll show you a picture when we're done. It's clean. It's clean. It doesn't. I mean, like depending on
Wait,
who's
so you
driving.
got the 24s?
I got the 24s. But what
Hell yeah.
But what I said
It was
was,
24.
I get back there and I'm like, hey man, I am not going to mess around. Like, we are going to know in the next 5 minutes. Like, this is what I'm willing to pay. I'm approved. Like, I was ready to go. Like, let's wrap this up. I want to start signing papers, and otherwise I'm gone.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, good to go. Well, the wheels are on it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want the wheels. So just throw the stock ones back on. I'm out. And I'll take it like that. And he goes, well, it'll probably take like 3 days. We can do the deal now.
Change the fucking tires,
but it'll
or
take
wheels.
I guess they had to like recalibrate, like, because the bigger tire size or something like that. But
Oh, for the,
shit.
for the speedometer, for the speedometer. But so he's like, it'll be 3 days.
For safety bullshit. They
Yep.
can't sell it unless
And I said, I am either leaving with that vehicle today, like right now, or I'm going to go to LA where I've got this exact same car on hold for me. This is just closer. And he's like, well, we have a $10,000, over fee, a dealer adjustment.
Oh,
And this is in 2020.
It's dealer markup.
Dealer markup. Yeah. Dealer markup is
Because
what it really
you had
is.
the chip shortage.
oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
What caused the chip short? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
We were talking about that before the show started, but so he's like, well, let me go talk to my boss. All right. So he goes and he comes back. He goes, well, we won't charge you the 10, but we have to charge you the 6 for the wheels. And I'm like, I'm not paying for,
For those, no.
I'm like,
like,
dude,
They're not worth 6.
they're not worth 6. So I'm like, I am either going to,
Like, who ripped you off?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where did you go for this, man? You guys got screwed. But no, so I said, dude, I'm not doing the back and forth thing. You can go back to your boss one more time. I'm not paying for wheels. I'm not paying 10 grand dealer markup.
I don't even want the wheels. Keep your wheels.
I don't want the wheels. Yeah, exactly. I don't want the wheels. Like, I'll leave, and like when it's convenient for me, I'll come back and you guys can swap them if you want to. But like, I'm not messing around with this. And I truthfully don't even want to waste my time coming back for you guys to swap them. So anyway, so he comes back, he goes, okay, fine. So I got the deal, no dealer markup, 24-inch wheels that, for free.
The dealer market,
rad.
dude. Yeah. Okay, so I used to work for an OEM, and we actually battled with the dealerships because of the dealer markup that they were placing on these vehicles. And you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ford had a big thing of like they're not even going to sell, like just buy directly from Ford now. Fuck the dealers if they're going to mark us up that much.
Yeah.
Well, they're hurting their sales.
State franchise laws, which is how
Well-
Tesla was able to get around it because they weren't a franchise. But like, there's like a lot of like intricacies in the laws and everything else. But at the end of the day, I walked in to get my Kia serviced, my little commuter car, and they had a EV6, which is their new electric car, but the GT model or whatever they called it. It was like their performance model. It was basically like a dual motor Tesla Model 3. Well, the thing is that they had a markup on there of $30,000. Let me ask you this. Would you pay $90,000 for a Kia electric vehicle?
Bonkers.
No.
Exactly.
No.
So,
Like even like I went and saw like a used 4Runner and they wanted 70 grand for that thing.
dude, it's stupid.
At that, like in the height of the fucking bonkerness of the car market there.
Yeah.
It
I
was-
bought my ZR2 right before the chip shortage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's insane what they're doing now. But I have heard that they're looking at trying to do like, Carvana, I think it is, does like the vending machine, car vending machine or whatever.
If they still are
Yeah, I
around.
think they almost went. They might be out of business soon, but yeah.
But what I heard is though, is a lot of these dealerships wanted to start having the dealerships are service centers and everything is done. Like you can get it delivered to the dealership.
Yeah, you can order online from the factory as whatever,
Tested,
all the
yeah.
shit you want, and they'll just
Well, here's the thing. You want to know why they want to do that? It's because they don't have to carry the overhead of the vehicle cost.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because then they don't have the financial liability on their balance sheet.
Yeah.
Because you ordered it, you just get it delivered there, then they service it and they give you the concierge service. Like we'll just file your paperwork and take care of you. That's it.
Yeah. And
I'm down for that.
I mean, if it means that they're not going to try to, gouge everybody with
Right.
30 grand, like the Sequoias, they,
Stupid.
so the dealership here in town, or at least off the 15, they called me. They're like, we got our first Sequoia. And this was like,
Is that John Elway one?
no, it's not John Elway. But so they call me and the guy's like, hey, so, we got I went in like 2 months in advance, talked to a manager. I'm like, just call me when you get it. I'll come down. We'll do a deal. He gave that to Billy. And
Billy Badass.
yeah, Billy.
Fucking Billy. It's probably the same guy who buried his 2-wheel drive Ranger.
Yeah, it probably was. Yeah, I never saw
Billy.
him. Oh, we did everything over the phone. So he says, Mr. Tom, we've got, your Sequoia capstone here. And I'm like, no.
Capstone.
I was like, it's supposed to be a TRD Pro or something else. Like, I didn't really care. And actually, if I'm just going to tear stuff out of it, like I don't need the Pro. But
You're gonna replace it
let's
all
be real.
anyways.
yeah, like the Tundra, like it was a bed stamp by the time it was.
all of
Yeah, that's all it was.
But also, I got a bunch of sponsors, so I didn't pay for that much on it anyway. So it worked out. But
Must be nice.
yeah, I mean, the gift of gab, man. Like,
Help.
get out there and you.
I have that. I'm just an idiot.
You got to schmooze.
gab.
You got to schmooze.
You know what? I do so much of that at work. I just don't want to do it right now.
Yeah, no, I hear that, but so this guy, he's like, yeah, it's here. We are ready to like put this deal together for you. And I'm like, what's the total out the door price for that? And does it come only with the white interior? And he goes, let me find out real quick.
That means he does not have the one you want.
Yeah. And
We
so,
find out. Yeah.
so he comes back, like they wanted, I think it was 35 over. And I said, well, what do I get for that?
yeah. What's?
Well, we're going to put wheels on. Do you like Method?
Nope.
Do you like, what do you like?
Oh, well.
And so he's like, we're going to do wheels and a suspension. And I was like,
35 grand for wheels and suspension.
and that's what I said. And
Is it long travel? Do I get
yeah. What else will this car do for me?
All right. Is it 40s and long travel?
Yeah. Then maybe we're cool. With
Yeah, yeah. But he's like, no. I said, so like I like Methods, and I work with Method now with this rig and with my Tundra before.
They just sold out to Fox.
Did they?
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
I'll send you the article.
Okay.
Anyways, go ahead.
yeah.
I want some methods.
Yeah, Methods. Well, I might have a set that's on this one available pretty soon because they have something new coming out though.
I want their
That
308.
new.
Yeah, so
I like their
I don't.
308s, the bronze ones.
These are I've got 305s on this, but it's like
Okay.
it's the black with like the lip is like shiny black.
Yeah.
So it looks cool.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, like I asked for a teaser photo. Like, can you send me like half the wheel? You know,
Just
and
get a
he's
little
like, I
glimpse.
can't send you anything.
It's an embargo.
He's like, I promise you though that you will like it.
Rad.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So and that's something I think I talked to him yesterday, and he's like, yeah, we're looking like mid-March when we do the shoot for all that. So
Yeah, Fox Holding announced that they agreed to acquire Custom Wheelhouse LLC, which distributes all the like method shit. It's like their big thing.
yeah. And there's a lot of that going on right now. Magnaflow just bought Camberg.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah, Camberg.
Oh,
Yeah.
Camberg.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and then also Polaris like sold off like I forgot what it was. Like the whole 4-wheel parts got sold off by Polaris or something like that. It's like insane
Crazy.
deals
There's weird
going on
stuff
right now.
going on right now.
Weird.
Yeah. I don't know. But
Anyways.
so where was I at? I was saying
You're talking about your method wheels. You got
Method
your
wheels.
Sequoia,
Yeah.
the
I
deal,
said, do I-
35 grand over. What?
do I get to pick the wheels you put on it? And he's like, no.
What?
He says, you can tell us the brand, but not the model. And I'm like,
Get fucked.
And that's basically what I said. And I said, so you have wasted my time.
Yeah.
And I told him that. I said, oh, here's the best part. He said, we want your Tundra and we want your Tahoe. And I was like, okay.
trade?
For trade. And
And
Were you planning on trading anything in?
the Tundra. I was going to trade the Tundra in, but not the Tahoe. I mean, I use that, you know, and it's
the work vehicle.
a work vehicle.
It's a write-off.
It's that write-off. we were talking about. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But so he says,
It's got 24s, bitch.
yeah, there's 24s free 24s.
No. They were $6,000.
They were $6,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were $6,000.
As far as they
yeah.
know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he's like, well, just send me it so I can run your numbers. They offered me for the Tundra 26.
I'll give you 26 right now for
Yeah,
it.
that's what I said. Yeah. They offered me 26 for that and like 32 for the Tahoe. And I said, who put these numbers together? And he goes, my manager did. And I said, okay, I'm going to assume that you got this wrong because like what you are saying to me right now is like blatantly disrespectful. Like that is thinking
That's what they
insult,
do.
dude.
They're
Yeah.
there to fuck you up,
Yeah.
dude.
They
That's
don't
all they're
give a
there
shit,
for.
dude.
So I always run KBBs on my vehicles like sporadically just to see.
Yeah.
And like it's the Tahoe, I actually did it
Like
yesterday.
50, 60.
It's like
Right?
today, private party is 68.
Yeah.
You know, 2 years later.
And
2.5
especially
years
back
later.
then during the
It's a
chip
diesel.
shortage, like you should have been able to sell it for more than you bought it
but
for.
you know what's so funny
You know
is
what
they
I mean?
always come up with all the excuses of why your shit sucks.
Oh yeah, your shit's
But
all
their
beat
shit is
up,
premium.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that actually happened to me when I traded in the Tahoe when I went out to Arizona
Finally,
and did it. Because I might be an Arizona resident.
Might
because you
be.
have to be an Arizona resident.
Yes.
to buy
My
it.
whole family lives there.
Totally.
I should have used your address. Not that I don't have my own, but you know.
Yes.
But so I go out there. The verbally they told me. So, anyways, I was done with the local Toyota dealer.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck those guys. I got and then I get called, or actually I called Avondale. I'm pretty.
Yeah. That's on the 10, yeah.
Yeah, right off the 10. So I called those guys, and I saw that. I'm like, hey, you guys have these going in. Is there a sales manager I could talk to? And their only gimmick there is that every salesman is a sales manager. So he goes, "Oh, I'm actually the sales."
Are you fucking fucking Bobby again?
Yeah. This kid was actually he was pretty squared away, but
he's from Arizona. Yeah,
he was. Is that,
of course.
is that how it works? Are people from Arizona?
I was a used car salesman in Arizona at Bud Beck GMC, Pontiac GMC. So you get fucked.
Pontiac doesn't work. Pontiac ain't around, bro.
Yeah, Pontiac, Buick, all gone now. But
No,
GMC,
Buick's still around.
Is Buick still? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They do have. Yeah.
My in-laws have the Enclave.
Yes, I was just gonna say the Enclave.
Anyway,
Those are like, and even the Buick started looking nicer. Like,
dude,
I wouldn't
Buick's
drive one,
legit. Okay, quick sidebar. So the Buick has a station wagon that I wanted. And it was recent, but it was like the European model they brought to the US. It was like an Opel or something like that, some GM brand over there. And those things are legit. And you could used to buy them brand new for like 23 grand. They were the 4-cylinder turbo wagons, all-wheel drive. I am such an idiot for not buying one. Anyways, please proceed.
Yeah. No. So it was so they're giving me the verbal quote of what they'll give me for the Tundra, and it was like 56 or something like that. I think I paid 59 for it.
But they were giving you 26.
Well, out here,
out here, yeah.
And
I'm nodding my head to the 15 over there.
Yeah. That dealership off the 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you know, I have met some good guys that work there, not in sales. Not that there's not good guys in sales, but
No, they're all dirtbags.
Billy did not.
Billy don't know.
Billy
shit.
didn't know what the fuck he's
Billy
talking
and
about.
Johnny can go fuck off.
Yeah. So anyways, fast forward, I see Avondale's getting some. So I call the guy. I'm like, hey, I want to get on your list, or how are you guys doing? He goes, oh, we've got a 2.5 year waiting list. And
What?
Yeah. And I said, for a 23, so I'll get a 23 in like 25.
25?
And he's like, well, no, you'll get a 25 and 25. And I was like, well,
What's the 25 going to be?
yeah. And I said, well, what does it take to get me on the top of this list? And he goes, well, it's a list. I said, right, but how do I get on the top of this
Yeah,
list?
I'm special.
Well, I didn't say that. And I don't think that. But I was like, what does it take?
Yeah, I want to be there.
Hey,
What would make me?
anybody can ask
Yeah.
what it takes.
If you don't ask, the answer's always no.
Exactly.
I do it
Exactly.
everywhere. Like
Yeah,
hotels,
absolutely.
like, hey, what kind of
How do I get the
discounts
upgrade?
do you guys have for guys that are 6'7" and like super cool? And they're always like, huh? Or like.
They're like, wait, ARP.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can't hurt.
Yeah. It never hurts. And I've gotten some cool upgrades, like to suites and stuff, just from making the people behind the counter laugh. So it's cool. But anyway, so I asked this guy, I'm like, what does it take to do this? Like, what would make me more attractive as a buyer to get this? Because part of it is I want it now, and I want to be able to be the first and have all this stuff on it because I like doing that,
Yeah.
Because I have sponsors, bitch.
Because I got people waiting to put their shit on.
Yeah.
So but that they will go with whoever calls them first. Like
Yeah.
all these sponsors will say like, we've already got a Sequoia, and then it doesn't matter that we're like, I'm going to create cool content for social media or anything like that.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
They don't
It's
give
the
a shit.
first one out there. Yeah.
First one out there. So that's what I like doing. So he says, well, give me like 3 days. I'll call you back within 3 days. Okay, that's like very weird, but okay.
Why 3? Why is everything
3
always
days?
3 days? It takes 3 days to change some fucking wheels. It takes 3 days to call you back. What's the deal?
Maybe it was 4 days. And I just like favor the number 3. I'm not sure, but so he calls me back like the next day, and he goes, "Okay, I did it. If you commit and put 500 down,
500.
His manager approved it 5 minutes later. He's like, make him wait 3 days.
yeah,
Make him sweat.
He thinks
Yeah.
he's special. This will make him feel real special.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got you in, man. I got you.
We
in.
barely
got
made it
you,
happen,
fam.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you, fam. And it's funny because he said,
For real, on God.
on God, yeah,
No cap.
yeah. Man,
Shit busting over here, bruh.
you know what's
We're hip.
all this like slang now. Is
I
crazy.
fucking love it,
Yeah.
dude. It's hilarious.
It's like what?
And you notice they always have that either one of two haircuts. One is the broccoli.
Yeah,
The broccoli
Yes.
head. I call them the broccoli headed fucks.
Yeah.
They're always in the gym.
Yeah. Gym
Taking out
bros.
my goddamn machines, lifting like 20 pounds. Like, get the fuck out of the
Hanging
way.
around the machine
lift.
talking.
yeah, because you're benching what? You got to be benching like 380, 400.
Yeah,
450,
easy,
500?
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then, or you have the Edgar cut. That's my favorite.
which one's the Edgar? What's the
Edgar
Edgar?
cut.
Oh, well, just look it up. I'll show you afterwards because this is an audio podcast.
Yeah.
The Edgar cut is the Edgar cut. You know,
Oh, okay.
you know cut?
Cuh, yeah.
Yeah, instead of cousin.
Yeah, what's up, Cuh?
It was so cut.
Yeah.
And it's like the Edgar cut. That's my cut, and my cut.
Wait, you guys don't talk like that regular? Because I do.
No.
Just lost
not
on
on
half our
podcasts.
audience.
Yeah, this has just got
The Gen
flagged.
Zs are going wild right now, dude.
Yeah.
The Gen Zs that own firearms.
Yeah, probably triggered a lot of people in this conversation. So
No pun intended.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyway, so he made it happen. I go out there and there's a little bit of a hiccup with like, wait, what's your address? And I'm like, yeah, it's Scottsdale.
Totally.
I have an address in Scottsdale because
I live at
do
TPC Scottsdale.
Yeah.
That's a golf course, sir.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
18th hole, bitch.
Yeah, 18th hole. Yeah,
19th, actually.
yeah, in the 19th hole is always that like little. Is the 19th hole like the bar usually?
The bar.
Yes, the
Yeah.
bar.
Okay, yeah.
That's a joke for my dad. He plays golf every Wednesday. Here
my
we
dad
are,
golfs
Wednesday,
too, yeah.
recording, drinking whiskey. So.
Yeah. Did your dad
Shout out
stop
to my
by?
dad.
Did he stop by the 19th hole?
He's probably
Always.
at the 19th hole right
Always.
now.
He always has a Coors Original.
Yeah.
Or
Banquet.
Well, it all depends. That's what I envision he has. But yeah.
Banquet is that's the champagne of beers, right?
It is.
No, the banquet.
Yeah, Coors Original is the banquet beer.
No. Miller is a champagne.
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
You're
you're
right.
right, yeah,
Something Miller.
Miller Genuine Draft.
But
the champagne.
Miller owns Coors now. So it's like,
Yeah.
We all saw the Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
it's all about the blue moon.
Blue
I guess.
Moon.
Yeah. Everyone's buying each other and like.
Yeah, everybody's acquisitioning everybody.
Corporate
right now.
consolidation.
Yeah. It's pretty weird, but.
It's really weird.
But
Yeah, we've had a few offers, but we turned them all down.
Yeah, no, actually, we do have a couple sponsors. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well,
yeah. Well, you guys might get bought out by the Mad Yeti podcast.
oh, yeah, there
Fucking
you go.
A, dude.
Which is coming out probably I don't know, never, but if it
Hey,
ever
wait,
does,
no. The Mad Yeti podcast was actually before podcasts were cool. It was back in New Mexico, right?
actually that's right. Yeah, I was on the radio out in New Mexico.
That's right. That's right.
It wasn't a podcast though; it was a morning radio show, and
Even better.
it was cool. It
Actual,
was cool.
yeah.
it was.
You
it
helped
was,
people get to work.
It was the drive to work. Yeah, it was like the amount of people that it was actually at the time and I wasn't like the main host or anything like that, but they would call me in and I'd get to go on there and be a jackass and go do
some dumb stuff.
I
stupid
want to be
stuff
that
and,
guy.
like
Yeah, right. That'd be the fun part.
yeah. So we did this one thing and this just popped in my head of like crazy stupid stuff, but it was free. It was when the iPhone came out, or it was like the iPhone 2 or whatever it was.
Wow.
when there was a little bit.
It's the iPhone 3G.
Maybe it was 3G. Yeah, it was
The 2G was the original iPhone.
Oh, that's
and
right.
they came
yeah,
out with iPhone 3G. I stood in line in San Francisco for that bitch.
yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
Sucker.
So we were going to give away an iPhone, but you'd have to let us cut your finger off. Now this is like stupid, and this wasn't my idea. So it was. We had it all like worked out where we were using a chicken bone and like some like head shears or something like that. So you heard the crunch, and the other people that were in the studio that were like, no, you can't cut my finger off for an iPhone. They couldn't see what we were doing, but they could hear the audio.
What? So they
So it
thought
was like
the guy was
they
like, yeah,
thought
I'll
the guy
let you,
was
I'll
like,
let you
yeah.
do it.
And then they all got iPhones, but it was like it just made like
That's fucking crazy.
way more commercial breaks than there needed to be just to get people on the line like hooked, listening, waiting to see.
Oh
like,
my
is
God,
this
that's
guy's finger really
hilarious.
cut off? Yeah.
So our next podcast, we're going to be giving away.
Dude, we pre-record, so it doesn't mean shit, dude. Shut up.
We're going to get some chicken bones.
Yeah, get some chicken bones.
No,
And
but the
I'm
thing
going to
is,
cut somebody's finger off.
Did you hear about the contest they ran in like the Bay Area where it was like a water challenge?
Oh, dude. Yeah.
And the lady died.
from drinking water, or
Too much
something like
water.
that?
Yes, because it literally takes like it basically like there's like the pH level.
Yeah,
and
your
all this other
body
shit.
can't- yeah.
Your body just becomes flush with just
Yep.
water, and there's no electrolytes or anything. It's just like
Yeah, and that was for an iPhone, right?
I don't know.
it was for some contest.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you got to be careful.
Yeah. Don't drink too much water. I mean, that's what whiskey's for, right?
Yeah,
drink
you got to
whiskey.
balance.
Yeah, you
It's all
guys
about
did-
Can't be
balance.
too hydrated.
Did not offer me
water.
but I walked to the.
You want a Coors Light?
We got water.
Wait, yeah, yeah, exactly.
I legit, for the last 90 episodes, I've offered somebody a bottle of water
That's
every
what's
time.
funny. He always offers me water too.
I always,
Yeah.
before we started, I always offer somebody water. Well,
does.
we started drinking earlier, but
Well, you know what it was? I think you started to offer me, and then I was in the middle of that story about how I went to the wrong place for the podcast.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
a hilarious story.
Yeah.
too.
So I for the listeners here, I just clicked on the address that they sent, and it took me to a house like half a block away or 2 blocks away, or whatever it was,
Yeah,
down the street.
and for people to understand, like we record the podcast in my formal
At
dining
Jared's
room.
house.
So
I don't know if I was
it's a
supposed to say that.
residential. We're not in
No,
some
we do. They know.
fancy,
Yeah.
They've seen it.
studio.
It is legit though. This is a legit studio.
Works.
I love it.
Yeah, I like it. But yeah, I made the guys some tumblers,
Some rad tumblers, dude.
yeah, my laser engraving, and
So badass.
That's so rad.
so the GPS says your destination's on your right. Like I look at it visually, okay, that's the house on the corner. That's the one with the little red pin on it. So I'm like, cool. So I don't look at the address on the house because it was actually I didn't see an address. I was walking up, but there was a big F-150 in the driveway. I'm like, oh, this is probably it.
Oh, was it the gray F-150 with the rooftop tent?
No.
Okay, never mind.
No.
One of my neighbors has a cool F-150.
So I walk up, I pull one of the cups out, and the guy answers the door, and I'm like, let's do this. And the guy looks at me, and he's like,
Do what, bro?
He's a 6 foot whatever guy.
At my door.
say, let's
yeah, and he was a smaller dude too. He was a smaller dude too.
Okay, whatever you say,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. But yeah, and he was like, "What?" And I said, "The podcast." He goes, "No, what podcast?" It's like, I thought like maybe like there's a
fucking
camera
with you.
somewhere,
Yeah,
like you
we're
guys were fucking with me,
him.
like
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I pull my phone out, I'm like looking, I'm like, nope, yeah, and that's the address, and he goes, no, it's not here. This is the wrong block. So it's like shit. So yeah,
Let's do this.
yeah. But I was like, just trying to have good energy rolling up to the door.
Right,
good
right,
energy.
fun.
I'm
You
Like,
had the right energy, and
look
then he
what I
shows up
made.
to our
shows up,
door.
he's like,
Yeah.
oh, is this a house?
No, okay, but wait. Because when he rolls up to our house, well, Jared's house,
Yeah.
and I'm in here, he has a box, and it's like an Amazon box. So he could have been a delivery guy.
yeah,
Delivering
He's like,
Amazon
let's
packages.
do this.
yeah. I'm gonna stop by on the way back and just see if that guy wants to like hang
Still
out.
hang. Yeah. You sure you don't want to do this?
Yeah,
We're
'cause we
friends?
can do a podcast. I got my phone.
You should have brought him with you.
I should have. Yeah. Actually, he was. I think he was like Filipino, and I think English was not his first language.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to wonder what house he's at now.
I'll send you a
my
picture.
neighbor.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture on my way out. But
Yeah.
it's yeah. I think he may have been scared. I mean, because he was probably
You're a
5'2".
big dude,
He's
man.
5'2".
I'd be
I'm
scared too.
6'7". Yeah.
Firearms instructor, that
Shows
big.
up.
Let's
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah, I'm coming in. Yeah,
Spread your cheeks.
yeah.
That'd been funny though if he's like, okay, if
Yeah.
he like invited you in,
And I'm
you're
in
like,
there.
the fuck is
So
going
when are we going to start recording?
Yeah.
Where's Ben?
I'm like, what's going on? This is
This is weird.
it smells like weird fish in here. And it did actually. This smell of like fish just wafted out. I was like, oh, this is gonna suck. But so when we came in here, oh god, it was
that's
terrible.
good. That's
But-
good, man. I'm glad you found the right house, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's like the positive.
So I actually parked over there by the basketball hoop that's over there in the driveway, and I'm like, where is this fucking place?
We didn't see like
didn't
I have like a bunch of overland vehicles in the driveway.
He's got a Land Rover. He's
I
got
get
a
out.
Tundra.
Yeah, I get out and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then as soon because it's dark where your driveway is,
Yeah,
it's kind of
it's not
dark.
very well. It's
And
a
I
long
was-
driveway, so it's not very lit up.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh god damn, it's right there. Felt like a total idiot. Like walk up, I'm like, shit.
Well, it was funny because he's 2 minutes out.
Yeah.
That was 5 minutes ago. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I
let's
did.
go outside.
Yeah.
And I saw some lights and I was like, that's got to be him.
Down the street on the
yeah,
left.
down the
right.
street.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And I was
But
like, that's
you
gotta be
stopped.
him.
They're like, oh, I guess not. So
And
we
then
went back
we-
inside.
and we were like, this is cold outside.
It's
It's
raining.
very
Let's go back
windy.
in.
Like, let's
Yeah.
go back inside. That was
Yeah.
so funny.
It is freaking real cold right now.
It
Yeah,
is.
it
Well,
is.
that's a good thing because it was really warm a couple days ago.
It was really warm a couple days ago. Yeah, it's cold. So, but and rainy. So maybe there'll be more snow up in
There's
Idlewild.
gonna be Idlewild
And the
Big Bear.
poppies will be popping off.
Super bloom.
Super blue.
Super bloom.
Are
There's
you guys
already
gonna
the
see it?
poppies, but now they're going to be even better.
Yeah, and all the people will be stopping along the freeways, causing all kinds of problems.
They already slow down to like 15 to 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I laughed because like I saw somebody the other day. I was driving through like Elsinore,
Yeah.
where it's kind of like big time popping, and there's like just people on the side of the road like pulled off the freeway, and they're sitting there with their iPhones taking pictures of flowers. I mean,
Yeah.
they're just fucking flowers.
No, they're
people.
weeds.
Yeah.
Well,
They
yeah,
are weeds, yeah.
technically,
They're
yeah.
weeds.
Yeah.
Well, they're poppies.
They look beautiful though.
They're beautiful. Everything looks orange.
Well, we can get into that topic. I want to finish your story about
yes.
Avondale.
So Avondale and
Getting
So-
the Sequoia.
again, great experience with those guys. So they said what made me an attractive trade in was the Tundra. They wanted the Tundra.
Oh yeah,
And
they
so
can
I
knew they
resell
could
the shit
resell
out of
it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
We're going
like,
to charge $100,000 for that thing, dude.
well, they didn't, and that's they.
Are you telling me I could have bought your old Tundra for cheap?
No.
No,
Because if it was us, if it was us doing it, well, I would have given you a deal. But if it was us doing it, we wouldn't have seen what the Avondale manager saw when he did the walk around. And he was a Tundra guy too. So, so he's there. We're there. They're assessing everything. They were telling me something like 50 something is what it was.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 50 something shit.
Yeah. So they say, he's like, I got to go take a look at it. And he goes to see the lift and everything like that. And he said, did you know that your frame was cut when they put the lift on?
What?
And I was like, no. And he said, yeah, when the company that put the lift on it, that sponsored the lift, which is a big company.
Yeah.
If you look at my old hashtags, you'll see them tagged in it. But he said, they didn't tell you that they cut the frame and then like welded a flat piece over it and painted it black to make it look like they didn't cut the frame? And I said, no. And he said, that just cost you 10 grand from what we were going to offer you. And so I was pretty bummed out about that.
Was it true though?
It was true. Yeah. He showed me on his Tundra and I was like, oh, goddamn. Yeah, you're right. That
sucks.
like, yeah, sure enough. Yeah. So
I mean, hold on. Did they have to cut the frame for clearance issues?
I think it was for
like
clearance, but or so the wheels would fit. But
that's interesting.
it was that's the only thing that's what he thought it was like maybe they did it for the clearance of my,
Well, because they do this thing on the Forerunners called the body chop or the Tacomas or something like that. It's like what they call a body chop. So like they have clearance for the wheels.
Yeah, but
What is that?
that's just chopping like.
It's like a body mount, right?
Well, you can. There's the body mount is a relocation kit like C4 Fab. They make a relocation kit for the body mounts and stuff like that. And then a lot of it's just like trimming out all the fucking excess.
Yeah, but his frame got cut.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
It was crazy, and it cost me 10 grand. You know, I mean, it was a big.
That's a big hit.
It was a big hit. I mean, but it was, you know, I was there already, and I'm doing this. I'm like, no, it's just
too late.
But you know what's funny? Here's the irony of all. They're going to charge the same as what they would have charged. They just won't tell
just
the prospective
blowing
buyer.
smoke up your ass.
They're just saying, "Oh, that cost you 10 grand."
No, they wholesaled it because I've talked to my dealer or my Billy. Or no, Billy was
Johnny.
Johnny, I talked to Johnny. Actually, his name was Tom also, so we had that going.
Oh, there you go.
Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas. Yeah, so I was like, so did you guys put it on the lot or would you guys do it? He goes, no, we can't because we can't certify.
Yeah, technically they can't.
Yeah.
If it's something with a frame structure like that, I don't think they can resell.
Sucks.
Yeah, it was a bummer. So they
Buy it back for super cheap.
I should have
right.
done something, but they find out what auction it was going to or something.
Yeah,
somebody came up
Somebody's
on it. So,
scoring, yeah.
And there was a Mad Yeti sticker on the back, that with the hash or not the hashtag, the at whatever it is, at Mad Yeti. So if you listen to this podcast,
you scored.
You ended up buying that.
Let us know what you paid for it.
Yeah, let us know what you paid for it. I want to hear about it. And,
slide in the DM.
You got a white, 2000, was it
19?
Yeah.
TRD Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a Mad Yeti, Instagram.
So did you get like 46 for it or something?
No, it was. Jeez, I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me. I'm just curious. But you got what you needed.
Yeah, I got what I needed. It was. I mean,
some dudes out there like, son of a bitch, I overpaid for that.
I paid like 72.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But when I first priced it out, it was they were like KBB had it at 56 or 58 or something like that. I'm like, I paid I think 59 for it a couple years ago.
Yeah, it was bonkers.
It was crazy what was going on with that. But so anyway, so I get the Sequoia. And the only model available was the SR5 Premium. So you get the Softex seats, which is like that synthetic leather or whatever it is, and then the upgraded like the 14-inch screen. So it's
so like the entertainment
thing,
tech package or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't have the air conditioned seats. But
that's cute.
I love mine.
Yeah, well, my Tahoe has it. So
my Kia has it.
Yeah, my sedan has it, but my truck doesn't.
What kind of Kia do you have?
I have a 23 Kia Forte.
Okay.
GT line, baby.
Ooh,
with the upgraded seats, which is the heated and cooled seats.
Yeah, that's fancy.
The cooled seats is game changer, man.
Dude, this little commuter car is a goddamn game changer. It drives itself.
Yeah.
I'm like, Oh my God. Sometimes it fights with me, but we have a little love-hate relationship going on.
We got my wife a 2020 Telluride, the first year they came out.
Oh,
I helped launch that vehicle. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The special edition
Kia,
my team named.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Nightfall. Yeah. That was my team. We named it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I was up in Oakland for work and I saw one and I was like, oh my God, that's like
Sexy.
our next car. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty rad.
I mean, not for me. I mean, even though I love the way they look, but too small for me, like to be like a regular thing. But we got her that, and she has the air conditioned seats, and she has the SX something, so it was like the whatever. But even that, I ran KBB on that just recently, and it's like 50, like private party,
really?
50,000 or something,
insane.
or 46 or something like that.
That's insane.
We paid for it, like 3 years ago.
Drive it for a while and sell it back.
Yeah. So
they do actually some really cool like overland builds with those Kias.
I've seen that.
Do you have the all-wheel drive?
I think hers is all-wheel drive. Yeah.
So the Telluride
think it's
actually was
four-wheel drive
based
Ranger.
off of the Sorento. So the Sorento, they extended it and reinforced the frame, and that's the Telluride.
Okay.
So it's actually a very
I haven't seen
very
that many
good
like
vehicle.
overland like decked out. Anybody tricked any like just off road? I haven't seen any really.
What was that one guy I met that he lives out of his van up in Oregon? Mm-hmm. He got that Telluride that was donated to him by the dealership.
I can't remember. His
We tried to
Instagram
make
now.
a deal go with him.
Yeah.
Right. We tried to make like a sponsorship deal or whatever, but he went through what they call tier 3, which is the dealership level.
Yeah.
We couldn't from a brand level get to him because they had already got him. So yeah.
Gotcha.
It's interesting. But anyways,
Yeah.
Telluride's awesome vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, super comfortable. It drives itself. We were doing a drive somewhere, and like you have to keep touching the wheel.
It yells at you.
It yells at you, but I mean, we were going through like on a highway in the middle of the desert, like a pretty curvy road, and it was maintaining.
Yeah.
And whereas like the Tahoe, which is newer than that one is, and like doesn't do that. Like you get these weird little bumps, but it'll still let you leave the lane.
Yeah.
It kind of like pushes you a little bit. Yeah.
I tested it in my Forte, and I literally took my hands off the wheel, and I just used the accelerator, which I could have used the adaptive cruise control.
Yeah.
But like I legit like took my hands off the wheel, and it's like, put your hands back on the wheel. Like, okay. And you just have to like nudge it a little bit every 30 seconds, just like kind of nudge it.
Yeah.
And then
I
it'll
hated
keep
that
driving
stuff. Like I had I had to take my car in for service, and they gave me like the next model up, trying to upsell me or some bullshit.
Yeah.
And like it had that lane departure bullshit. And I hated that because I just like, I don't necessarily, I mean, I use my turn signals, but not necessarily all the time.
Yeah.
And if I go to change
you're a
lanes,
true
it's like,
California
no, it would
driver.
like try to like pull me back to the lane. I'm like, God, oh shit. It would, like,
Use
it
your
would weird me
goddamn
out.
turn signals.
Yeah.
No.
You geriatric fuck.
I thought I was in a BMW, so I don't have to use turn
yes.
signals. No.
Yeah. Well, as long as you have your Bluetooth earpiece in.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So
Duh.
even though all cars have like built-in Bluetooth.
Yeah.
But it's you gotta have it has to be a convertible. You definitely don't have to signal if it's a convertible.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah. And if
Not
it's like
required.
It's California.
and if it's an old 3 Series and you're wearing a suit and it's a convertible, like you
own the fucking
still
road.
don't have to signal.
No,
It's like,
no.
04 or something like that. You're good to go.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Got a little bit of the paint fading on on
the
hood,
roof.
but loud.
Real quick, did you ever watch that show on Showtime called Californication?
Oh, I love that show. Hank Moody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember that old Porsche 911 that was a convertible that was just trashed?
He never fixed the headlight in that from like the second episode. Yeah.
No, he didn't.
I've never seen that show.
Didn't that girl like smash it out
With a
or something?
baseball bat, yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, it was the girl's husband came home. He was banging her or something.
Yeah.
What show is this?
Californication.
It was like the best show ever.
Yeah.
I've never seen the
David Duchovny.
Yes.
The dude from
X-Files guy.
He's just like this, like he's a writer and just this like pimp.
He's a novel. He writes novels, and he's like a starving artist type of guy, and it's just amazing. It's from the mid 2000s. It's just like amazing. It was after the X-Files, so you watch him in a suit being like an alien chaser to like this guy who doesn't give a fuck. And he's
Santa Monica
just banging women left and model hot chicks, dude.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And he had just this 911, a 996 911 convertible, and it just was like, it got progressively worse year after year after year. He never fixed it.
Yeah.
It was
fell
always
apart.
dirty. It was just like typical
like
beach car.
stuff falling out when he gets out. He kind of looks back, but he's like, I don't care. It's like, whatever. Yeah.
His agent.
Yeah. I mean, it is such a good show. Like I would watch that from the start again.
You know what? I might do that.
I might have to start watching that.
It's a
I'll add
great
it
show,
to my list.
start to finish.
It is, yeah.
Showtime is what it was on.
Oh shit.
No,
Okay.
HBO. It was I think it was HBO.
Oh,
Maybe
well,
it was Showtime.
Either way,
Californication.
Californication.
That's what
Oh,
it's-
yeah, I'll look it up.
Yeah.
not on Netflix.
I need something new to watch.
And not anymore. It used to be. It was on there. For
It was?
on there
Really?
for
And
a
I
long
missed it?
time. Yeah, I used to go back and like watch that. Like, yeah,
I was too busy watching Seinfeld.
Damn it.
and that's probably still on Netflix too.
Yeah.
yeah. But
Oh, man.
yeah, that's a good show. But that Porsche was cool. Yeah.
Dude, I still remember you got the headlight badged out. It bothered me, dude.
It bothered-
I used to watch just because I wanted to see if the Porsche got the headlight fixed.
Tuning in just to see. Yeah.
Didn't he get a new Porsche? And I think
He
ended up-
hated it or something like that. He just wanted his
gave
old
it
Porsche.
back or something.
Yeah.
He got paid for another book he wrote and then like hated it.
He's like, I just want my shit box back.
Yeah.
Hey, people love their shit boxes, man. Nothing wrong with a shit box.
Yeah. But some of the best comebacks and one-liners came out of that guy.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
the writing is fantastic.
Really?
Just like stuff that, I mean, like I still remember some of them. And, I remember he had a vasectomy.
Yes.
And and he's sitting there and the camera's like, you don't see anything, but the camera's looking up at his face. And when they like solder you back closed or whatever, the smoke goes up and he goes, oh, it looks like there's a new pope. It's just like, just like some of like the best stuff. I mean, isn't that? And,
they cauterize it. Yeah.
yeah, when they cauterize it. Yeah.
Soldering, but yeah.
Yeah, weld you back together.
There's a new pope.
Yep, there's a new pope.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But
I forgot about that, man. You're making me laugh, man. Oh, jeez. So you got your Sequoia.
Okay. So anyways, back to the car. So I got the Sequoia. I thought it looked like a minivan. I was not stoked on how it looked when I got it.
Really?
It was, like super low in the front. I'll show you guys photos of
No,
it.
I've seen your
It had
before and
rake.
afters.
The before and afters. It's like it's just looks,
meh.
it looks like the Sienna,
Yeah.
but like maybe a little bit beefier. It looked like the Toyota Sienna.
Yeah, the wheels that were on it originally
wheels that were on
just
it,
did
yeah.
not
Okay,
do
so one of
justice.
our listeners, loyal, you have to follow him if you don't. He is the best photographer on Instagram for
AIM.
overlanding. AIM. Okay, so AIM Photography. We'll send you the link.
Okay, yeah, I was going to look up right now.
He originally had a Toyota Sienna that he used to overland in with his family.
Yeah.
An all-wheel drive Sienna.
Yeah.
Like, those Siennas are actually really nice. And you know what? They're going to become the new Previa all-wheel drive. I guarantee you, snatch one
just
up
wait.
now. In
Yeah.
fact, I might even get one because I
There
have
you go.
a new baby on the way. So, yeah.
Well,
I need that.
congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I got a third row I
Need
need.
a little third row action now.
Yeah, I can't afford a Sequoia, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, well, if you go to Avondale Toyota, I mean, but
Talk to Johnny.
No, Thomas.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Thomas.
Easy to remember, same name, so it's easier to remember.
Yeah,
but,
Thomas the Tank Engine. There you
Thomas
go.
Tank Engine. But yeah, if you go out to Avondale, they'll take care of you, but you need to be a resident there. So
Well, we can make that happen.
I'm visiting California right now, even though I live here.
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, so I was actually
I have an address in Prescott.
Just
so,
tell him,
yeah.
like, hey, home is where the heart is.
Yeah, exactly. It's what is it? I'm just a wanderer.
I'm a nomad.
Nomad. Yeah.
Live,
exactly.
laugh, love.
Live, laugh, love. Yeah. You need one of those tattoos with like the ... paper airplane doing it.
Yes,
yeah, like on your wrist or something like
Floating,
that.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But no, like the first thing I did was I went to Westcott Designs in Phoenix, or they're in Greater Phoenix area.
So you didn't even leave Arizona.
No, I did. Unfortunately, I
you
left,
did, then you
drove
came
home, and had it like that for maybe a week, and then I called Jeff out at Westcott, and he's like, "Yep, bring it in. We'll throw one of their collar lifts on, and we'll get you to where the stance you want." And they were going to sponsor that. And then this is the cool part. I get out there, and he says, "Hey, so I've got this TRD Pro suspension that's off of a build that they did, a very famous build that they did." And
Sequoia or?
and he says, "But like we put something else on it. Do you want this TRD Pro suspension? And I'll put the collar lift on it and give you the extra whatever it is, 2-3 inches, whatever it is."
Oh, so it was the factory.
It was the
suspension
factory TRD
or a
Pro.
Sequoia, which you
That would have been.
wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I was like, "Yeah," and he goes, "All right."
Yeah, exactly.
I got you. And he put it on, and then, I got the roof rack, which that was something that I coordinated months in advance because I knew that it was going to be, hard to get those.
Who makes it?
Who's the
Westcott.
Oh, yeah.
really?
Oh, okay.
Do you guys know Westcott Designs or Jeff Westcott?
No, but I need to.
Yeah. So you guys have to check them out. So I drive out there, And, I'm first, ushered into the waiting area, and I'm like, okay, like, just tell me what you need. Like, you need my keys? What's going on? Like, I thought I was going to be there for 3 days too, because they said for them to fab the lift for the Sequoia, they like, it could be up to 3 days.
Holy shit.
I'm like, okay, well, it's free. So
Yeah, can't complain.
So, like I didn't book a hotel. I almost did, but I'm like, I'm just going to wait just to see. And Jeff comes out, and Jeff Westcott is the owner. He comes out and he introduces himself, shakes my hand, and he's like, "You want to see the facility?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So he takes me through everything. He spends the whole day with me while his guys do everything, and they end up putting the TRD Pro suspension on. But he's walking me through, and I said, I got to tell you, like, as a business owner myself, this is really cool that you go, like, you don't have to. You could have just left me in the waiting room.
Yeah.
And he said, well, the way I look at it is, you took your time to drive out here, so the least I can do is give you my time.
That's
I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And because of that, I will always go to Westcott. So
smart.
Does he do anything for ZR2s? Like
he can do pretty much anything, I think. I mean, I don't want to speak
probably.
for him, but like, he does everything in house. And, before I was working with one of the real popular roof rack companies, and he gave me we worked out a deal for one of his, and he's like, yeah, so this is the other one. This is what you had on your Tundra. This is mine, and this is the difference if you hold these two pieces and look at the coating on it. And he goes,
quality, yeah.
He's like, so like I would love for you to have one of mine up there. I'm like, let's do it. So the work he does, the craftsmanship, everything is done in house. Everything's American made, and I believe everything is sourced from here, I believe.
Yeah.
But I know all of the fab is all done here. The powder coating,
because you saw it.
I saw
the
it.
hands-on. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it was everything. But like, do you want to like make your own suspension? I mean, like it was like that. I think that if I would have gone with the suspension or with the lift that he was going to do, like I probably could have been like back there helping. I don't know, but like he was very accommodating and super good guy. The entire team there was great. So
that's right.
Like I can't say enough good stuff about those guys. So if you're looking for stuff for your Tundra, or I know that they've done stuff with Ford. They do a ton of Toyota stuff though. Like Westcott Designs, Phoenix, Arizona, they'll ship nationally. So they've got some
That's
cool
awesome.
stuff.
I'm from Arizona. I've never heard of them, but I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah, they did you see the Sequoia that was in the SEMA booth?
The white
Toyota?
and with the OG
stripes.
lines.
Yeah, that was his. He built that out.
Really? That thing was sick.
He built that out for Toyota.
All right.
Yeah, so he's
That's dope.
Yeah, I mean, incredible. So and he knows, like, he goes the extra steps to make sure that whatever he's putting out is
he's
dope. So
the attention to details there.
yeah,
Nice.
So, but so he did that, and then I had threw some Method 305s on there with some Toyo. I think they're the 35s.
Nice.
I forget which model tire they are.
Open country.
Open country.
Yeah.
Open country.
Yeah.
So
Toyota makes great.
They're nice tires.
yeah.
But my plug's going to be a different tire company.
Which tire company?
Falcon.
Oh yeah.
I'm a Falcon guy.
Yeah. Especially in that little Mini Cooper, those little sporty tires, you need those, right? I'm just kidding.
No, I bought Falcons for it, and I picked them up today.
But they're big off-road tires, all right?
Well, they're
Ish.
for a CUV.
As big as they can be for a Mini Cooper.
Yeah, they're the same size. We were just talking about before the podcast. I literally got the tires today.
Okay.
So I went to the will call at the Falcon, distribution center, brought them back, rolled them up next to it. They're like literally the same size, but for a 17-inch rim. So now I need to acquire some 17-inch rims for my Mini Cooper, but that's another story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which brand do you want to go with for those?
Honestly, I want the factory ones that came with the vehicle, and I'm going to paint them gold, and I have a whole retro build for it. So there's a tribute thing that I'm going to do for it. So,
that's cool. Yeah.
Dude, it's going to be dope. I'll show you some pictures after the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. So we did that. Now I'm like sitting how I want to be sitting, and get out to California. I went to Magnaflow. They fabbed up the Overland series exhaust for the Sequoia. And I've been working with Magnaflow for a long time.
Oh yeah, they have their Overland series exhaust now. Huh?
Yeah,
They do, and it sounds good.
Yeah, it does actually.
It sounds real good. I mean, compared to other things I've heard, and there's other good brands. I mean, that are out there that people are, like the Carvins that people are putting on the Tundras now. Like those sound dope. But like, I love Magnaflow, and here in Oceanside.
Yeah, local.
They're the OG muscle car guys.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
they know
That's what we used to
to make
get,
it sound good.
Yeah.
I want my V6 to sound like a V8.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Go to
right?
MagnaFlow.
Yeah, they can do it. I mean, but they can do it where they can change it. I mean, I don't know if they would do that for everybody, but they're
Yeah.
like, if you don't like the tone or the
Yeah, the
pitch,
tone.
Baffles
Yeah,
in
yeah.
it or whatever.
like we'll just tweak it a little bit for you.
Yeah, make it a little deeper,
Yeah,
whatever
a little
the heck
deeper,
you want.
So
Yeah.
it's like they've got that no drone technology, so they've got like one of the pipes goes off and like plugs closed or something, but it's supposed to help with the drone
Yeah.
apparently. But I love it. You know, it's not too loud. It's just right. So they did that, and then I put on Anzo USA. Just hooked me up with headlights.
Yeah, I was gonna say those
yeah.
guys were at the Tiny Rigco thing. I won some of their I got some of their lights they gave out for free if you did something. I forgot what it was, but yeah,
Really?
they're great headlights, dude. They make a lot of stuff for the Tacomas and everything else.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
I need new headlights super bad. Mine are all fogged over. and
Yeah, they
shit.
make them for yours.
Yeah.
In your Tundra?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
2014. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
look into
dope
those.
LED ones, man.
Yeah.
And they're local. They're local too. So yeah, it's like lights up like.
Yeah, I saw your post.
Yeah.
It looks sick.
It's
yeah.
cool. Yeah, they're really cool. So they're still working on that. Right now, they're only available for the non-self leveling headlights, which
Oh yeah.
fortunately,
The fixed headlights.
the fixed. But fortunately, went with the base model, premium base model.
Premium.
Hey, premium.
Yeah.
I keep it clean.
SR5,
keep it clean.
SR5 premium is what
Which
it
is
said.
smart. You don't want because you like you said you're gonna tear all
Got
that
it,
shit
yeah.
out anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
That's
So-
exactly what. So Ali Venture was on the podcast. She has a Toyota 4Runner.
Yeah.
And her whole thing was like, give me the cheapest 4-wheel drive 4Runner, and because I'm gonna rip everything out and do everything myself.
Why spend all that extra money?
She's
on
got
bullshit?
Icon suspension, method wheels, like all this other shit. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not-
Her rig is nice.
Yeah.
it's real nice.
Dialed in.
Yeah.
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 She even built the whole rear end that it pulls out.
Swing
and
out.
everything.
Yeah. Or is it a swing out or is it drawers?
The drawer
Well,
system.
the drawer system she
Okay,
built.
gotcha,
She built
gotcha,
it in her mom's garage.
Oh, that's cool.
I helped her with the fridge slide.
Oh, that's right, you did.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's cool. See, and that's kind of where I need to go is like I need to get a fridge.
Are you
but
gonna build
also-
it out like overlanded or?
It's gonna be I mean,
Eventually.
probably not super hardcore.
No, yeah,
but
mild, but like
But I want it to still be functional on
Yeah.
the road, and like when it comes to being an overlander, I am the average overlander. You know, like I'm like
go.
I'm not like I'm not super knowledgeable when it comes to like all the different crazy stuff, but
Yeah.
I know enough that I can be very average at what I'm doing. But I take good photos, so it looks
it looks like I'm. Hey,
It
that's
looks
all. That's
like-
what it's all about.
Yeah.
if you
But
post to the gram, then
yeah,
you're
yeah.
an official
them
overlander.
angles, them filters.
yeah,
you got
that's
it.
what it's all about. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But you know, and it's cool, you know, being able to kind of one of the cool things about the overland communities and overlanding in general is there's so many options for your vehicles and what you want to do.
Tons of shit out
And
there. Yeah,
you know, so I'm probably going to do a tent that I can take off one of like the
a lightweight one.
lightweight
yeah.
aluminum cover ones. I don't want like the trash bag looking thing on top. Like,
No, you get like a little wedge one or something like that.
I don't.
That's a fucker that
You know, I never heard that, but it describes it
totally does all.
perfectly.
Yeah.
They see you get the
The
speed, they fill it with
flapping
air.
and-
and
Yeah,
they just-
exactly. Yeah, and it's always like you see them where there's like, man, that's catching some wind.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
How does that guy not feel that or hear it? But
Oh, yeah.
And no offense to anybody that has those like the black.
If you have a trash
covers.
bag,
Alley
fuck
again.
Yeah. So
No, but
but I I want it. I'm going for the look. It's going to be sleek, but
yeah, slim line, nice and clean,
funky.
especially on the
GFC light has that GFC
go
wedge.
fast campers. Yeah,
Yeah, I like those
They're
wedge
nice.
lights. Yeah, those are nice. I
the
actually
ultra
sent them,
lights and stuff.
Yeah. I sent them a DM and I was like, hey,
that would look really rad on my
yeah,
Sequoia.
you guys have any of these on Sequoias yet? And didn't hear anything back. Or maybe I got an email address. Email this, and usually that's like,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not going to hear back. But
Fuck off.
and I don't mind paying for stuff. But like I always say, like, hey,
it
like,
can't hurt to ask.
I will definitely create awesome content for you guys. You know, and I travel all the time. I drive a lot, and all over like the Southwest. Like my Tundra's been like the Western United States. It's been in every state.
Yeah.
And it's what I love doing. Getting out there off the grid and experiencing the world. So it's
That's rad.
I want to do what he does:
I know, right?
what's that?
shoot guns and drive off road and get deals and
It sounds
talk to Johnny and Billy.
yeah. It's fun, but I mean it's a lot of work too. Like the work that goes in behind.
I'm not downplaying. I'm sorry.
No. But yeah, it's a lot of work. And I don't get to go all the time because I'm so busy all the time. But when I do, that's such a nice relief. Release just being able to be like, I'm just going to go and just find like a stream, park next to it, and
Away from everything.
away from everything.
Yeah, unplug.
Unplug
Exactly.
as much as I can.
Well,
'cause
yeah,
I,
you
I'm
still
like,
have to be. Yeah,
I'm on duty like 24/7.
Yeah.
My phone could go off right now. I could
yeah, totally on call.
deal with like a critical thing in
some
Mexico.
chaos.
So it's-
Yeah.
yeah.
Fucking cartels popping off. Let's go.
Yeah, it's crazy right now.
It is. Yeah, like I go down there
There's
for
been
work.
there's like warnings just recently they
Yeah.
put out telling people not to travel down there.
I went down there. I had to take a client down there the week after all that stuff happened, and I'm like, okay, where are we going? You know,
Yeah,
like and
exactly.
We're gonna go to our warehouse, and it's like, okay, you know, but it's sketchy. But like when you've got the training, and like obviously I can't carry down there, but
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Mexico,
like when
you
you cross
can't.
the border, I mean, if, for the overlanders listening,
yeah,
a lot of people go to Baja. They can't carry firearms. Like, what would you carry in place of that?
Knife.
But you can't bring knives. I thought.
Yeah, you can.
it has to be small. It couldn't be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a belt worn knife, but
No
like they have those like
machete.
yeah, no machetes. But like those tactical pens that are like hard metal and they've got like the pointed thing,
Oh,
like,
yeah, and break window glass.
break windows.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'll carry like one or two of those. Like I might have one in my backpack and one in my shirt or something like clipped on the collar.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
it
And
looks
then-
like a pen. Yeah.
looks like a pen. And then I've got I went to Dominican Republic and I couldn't have anything there. No pepper spray, which you can't have in Mexico either.
Really?
Strangely, but
Can you be
Wow.
6 foot something?
6'7".
That's
You
allowed.
can, yeah.
Are you
And then
allowed to
you're-
be?
And then you're either a national treasure or you're going to be like kidnapped and
Yeah,
sold.
exactly. You're a target
So
regardless.
I wasn't sure which route I wanted to go, but I didn't get kidnapped and sold. So,
That's good.
yeah, so I bought this like solid plastic baton that just looks like a piece of plastic with like a grip on it. So it like sticks out on both sides. So I figure between the pen, the knife in my pocket, and the steel, like if I had to defend myself and I got someone in the head,
Yeah,
with
that's
that thing,
something.
like, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
So.
yeah.
But yeah, Mexico's kind of sketchy. But
They're allowed to have full assault weapons.
yeah, they can have
and
whatever they
fully
want.
automatic
Yeah.
machine guns, but you can't even have
Yeah.
a thing.
Yeah, I can't bring pepper spray down there. So
Wow.
I mean, it's crazy. But yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember where we were just now.
Yeah, and apparently you can't bring firearms into Hoover Dam either.
Jared,
Found out the hard
Jared
way.
knows all about
I didn't
that.
know you couldn't.
Into the parking lot or into the
You
concealed
can't
carry?
cross the dam.
You can't cross the dam. Kyle, I went and like I didn't realize that much security.
They,
They had,
like,
the
turn around
checkpoints and
now.
stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like it's like I'm going on base or something. And like, yeah, they're like, no, you got any firearms to declare? I'm like, well, yeah, I have a firearm. Like, you're out of here.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck, okay.
yeah,
I guess I'm not visiting Hoover Dam today.
yeah. Turn around and don't come back.
Exactly
Yeah,
what they
you don't need
said.
to type here. It's
Yeah.
scary. Guns are scary.
Yeah, man.
I was like,
Scare me.
damn it.
Yeah,
Whiskey's all love, though.
Yeah.
Tell you that.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so you were talking about the Sequoia.
Yeah.
You're talking about your build. You are looking for a wedge thin whatever tent.
Yep.
Couple questions.
Wait, one more thing that
Yeah,
I have
go
done
for it.
is Casey highlights. I'm working with
Oh, nice.
Alan at Casey is working on getting it all set up, and I'm going to go to Aiden James and have it all put on.
Aiden, yeah, Scott.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah.
That guy.
That way, it's
He
done
was
the right
supposed to be
way.
on our podcast.
Yeah, another guy who's supposed to be on the
Whatever
podcast,
happened
but
to
timing's
James?
fucking rough.
Well, I'm going to see him
Come on,
in
Scott.
like hopefully within the next week or two, and I'll be like, "Hey, I'll drive you
What's
down
up?
there.
Yeah.
I'll drive you down there."
Yeah, you
Well,
guys both come on.
We
I
were
don't
gonna
care.
go out, like we're gonna drag all our equipment over there, to, like do a episode in his shop.
Well,
but,
there is a reason why we need to go over there.
yeah,
And even if we don't record over there, there is a shabu shabu place that he
Oh, he's a-
loves. Have you been there?
I don't even know what shabu shabu is.
Oh, okay. Well, ask Scott. Be
some
like,
bougie
hey,
food.
say the average Overlanders told me that you're a shabu shabu guy,
Yeah,
and then he'll be like, oh yeah, we're going out. It's dinner. It's food.
Yeah.
It's like an Asian. You cook it in like this broth thing, and then you put meats in there, and it cooks instantly, and you eat. It's so good.
but not like pho.
No.
Okay.
No,
it's all meat.
It's a meat in a broth. You're basically cooking the meat in
Yeah.
a broth, and then there's also vegetables, and you spice it differently and different flavors and all this other stuff. But he's got a spot that I've been to multiple times. It's amazing. Have him take you.
So if Timbo Tusk sent us a scuttle. Could we do it in a scuttle?
No.
Has to be deeper than that.
Well, you could rig it up, but it wouldn't be a Tempo Tusk
It
anymore.
would be the
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
It would just be a heat source.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I got an idea for Tempo Tusk. He's got that. Essentially, it's a farm disc.
Yeah.
You know,
A blade, right? It's
Yeah.
like for like
Plow
wheat
disc.
Plow, yeah. Plow
Yeah.
disc, yeah.
My uncle's a farmer, and he's like, "Oh, it's a plow disc."
Yeah.
But if he formed up, take that and create some walls to it,
Yeah.
he could do shabu shabu
Make it an attachment.
or a new cooktop.
Yeah.
With
Just something you
legs.
click it on.
Yeah,
and
modify it.
yeah.
Mod.
Well, he just has the legs that go into it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's all it is. Just make a
Or-
new top.
Or we do that
Or
since we're going to have that food channel thing on you.
That's
yes,
right.
the greatest Overlander cook-off show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of all time.
Ooh,
Yes.
Of all time.
Of all time.
Yeah. Of all time. You have to add the of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should do that.
Hey, we need to connect up. Hey, my Mini Cooper needs some KC lights.
I can
Talk to your boy.
I'll talk to him. Yeah.
He will see this and be like, "Fuck yes, let's do this."
Yeah. You know what? Send me a photo of it and I'll pass it on. You
Oh
know?
yeah, it has its own Instagram.
Oh, does it? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
we're
Yeah.
good. We're good.
And by the way, I name all of my vehicles after Mexican food.
So what are the names?
Okay, so originally I had a original Gen 1 Tacoma,
Yeah.
which is known as it's a taco.
Yeah.
My favorite taco is Al Pastor.
Okay.
So it was Al Pastor Overland.
Okay.
And then I bought a Chevy Colorado ZR2 of 2021 when it came out, or when I was able to get it. Sold the taco, and now it's Chili Colorado. So, because
Wait a second. You're Chile, Colorado?
I am Chili Colorado.
No shit. Okay.
Hey, I'm famous.
Yeah.
The Mad Yeti knows me.
Yeah. I follow you. So
Yeah.
I had no idea.
So then,
But now I totally
Now it
recognize
makes
you.
sense.
Now-
I totally recognize you.
now you're making the connection.
The beard's a little shorter
So
now.
then this guy is like, "Hey man, this YouTuber is selling this Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
You need to buy it." And he was joking, and I was serious.
Yeah.
But context is lost during text message.
Yeah.
So I was like, "I already bought it."
Done.
Yeah.
So I bought the Mini Cooper that was YouTube famous, and I made it way better. And I have these like 4 main lights up there. They're like the old school Baja style lights.
Yeah.
And then I have 2 lower. So they're just like Amazon cheap shit ones or whatever. I want
Night
some
lights,
real
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And I have a trigger control that's going to, control it on the Bluetooth and everything.
Oh, that's cool,
I got solar from Adventure Power Solutions.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
on there.
awesome. Yeah.
Dude. We got to connect.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Some lights.
Yeah, the lights and all that stuff. I'm excited about the KC lights, putting those
Hell
up.
yeah.
So,
The other night, like the
They
little
make-
cyclones are rad for like
Cyclones,
the rock lights and
so,
everywhere.
he sent me a bunch of those already to start putting on, and I'm going with
Love those little lights.
Flexera 4s. The Flexera
Yeah.
4s are going to be up top, and
No,
I mean it's gonna be pretty nasty when it's all said and done.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean it's. I mean,
I've always been a fan of KC, and what it reminds me of Back to the Future and that
yeah,
Toyota build.
the smiley face ones.
I want the smiley face
Them old
covers on
school.
it, dude.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be so dope.
Yeah, and I actually that's one of my favorite movies is Back to the Future. So it's like
I wanted that the black SR5 V6 or whatever it was.
There was one on Bring a Trailer that recently
I'm
came
sure.
up, and I was like, oh man. And then I saw the price. I was like, fuck that.
where they ask him like 35 grand or something.
something
like that.
stupid.
But I do want to hit the rev limiter, bang that rev limiter on a 22 RE.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
yeah. It's gonna be fun. But what were you about to say? You were about to say something, and I cut you off to throw out the Casey highlight thing.
I don't remember. Whiskey.
Booze.
What were we talking about? Okay, I was talking about we had my vehicles, the Mexican food. I'm hungry.
I know.
So I'm doing intermittent fasting. So like
Oh,
I
poor guy.
still haven't eaten today.
What?
Yeah. Actually, I grabbed a handful of pistachios on my way out the door. I'm like, I better get something in, just so I don't get like,
Yeah. The pistachios are great,
Lightheaded.
man. Those
Pistachios
are great.
We got some dots over there we were munching on
Oh,
earlier.
yeah.
That's what I ate. I had some dots. That's about it.
yeah.
I wish I had a Scottle. I'd be cooking up something right now.
Right.
Some taco.
If only there was like a local company that, to California that made them.
Right?
And
Who had his Instagram account hacked.
hacked and
But then he retrieved
he
it.
retrieved it
yeah,
after
lucky.
people helped him, like the Mad Yeti channel helped him
Oh.
shout out his new one.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, so but I don't know. But
I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, I have meta contacts, but
Maybe we'll have to go to see him.
But you know what?
When's the
Overlanders take the bypass. Why not just use the bypass? I am the bypass.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
So tell me this. I mean, you talked about KC being the next move on your Sequoia. What else is next? Like, what is something that is besides the rooftop tent and the KC highlights? What's really going to make it pop for you?
The headlights were a big game changer. The lift was huge because it just completely transformed it from like this minivan look to like it looks mean now. The exhaust, everything's coming together really well. I think the tent. I'm gonna have to make it work, and if it doesn't work with the KC highlights up there, then it doesn't work. So be it. But because I'm coming from camping in my camper shell on my Tundra, to now I'm like, oh, I got to lay seats down or put a tent up or put a tent on the roof.
You could put a shift pod on the roof.
I've seen them, but I don't remember what it looks like right now.
Think about a Mars landing.
Yeah, it's like that like angled thing, right?
Yeah, it's like reflective.
Reflective.
And,
yeah, that's what
I have two of them.
Okay.
So I put a shift pod mini on my mini, and that's, if you follow them on Instagram, you can see my mini. Just last week, he said Ben's going out of there on Friday.
Yeah.
It's a great tent. It pops up instantly. It keeps warmth in.
Yeah.
It keeps the heat out depending on the season, and it does a lot of different things. So I actually like the shift pod.
Yeah.
There's a competitor out there, Overlanders. They make a very similar version. I'm sure they're good too. I haven't checked it out. They're a little bit cheaper, but honestly, shift pod's the OG. I know that Christian, who's the owner, he does a great job, and they really focus on their product quality. I stand behind them.
Yeah.
So I got two of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the price point like for those?
Depends on the size, because they have different sizes. But if you want like a big, decent like family size, like for you, I'd probably just get the original.
Yeah.
I think they're like 14 to 16, something like that.
Gotcha.
But they last forever.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have it on your vehicle 24/7. And it does everything you need. And I went from a shift pod. I had a mountain hatch swag tent. I did the rooftop tent. Mm-hmm. I ultimately went back to the shift pod.
And so when it's up there, is there a base to it, or does it?
No, it's just like
strap it down.
It comes in this like really nice bag that you just strap to your vehicle.
Okay.
And if you have a roof rack, basically, you just tie it down to the roof rack. I mean, you've seen it. You slept in one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. The shift pod's pretty nice, actually.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I'll have to check that out. Yeah, because that might be the solution. If
you might need the bigger shift pod.
Well, that's why I said the original.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
They actually have an XL.
You have the mini,
and then you can even actually. Oh, dude, this gets crazy. You can actually, like, if you have multiple shift pods, you can actually connect them together like tunnels, like an international space station.
Oh, that's cool.
It's
yeah,
super dope, dude. And it's super easy setup and takedown.
So like no homo, but if like you and I were parked next to each other, we could both have shift pods on our roofs.
No, not on the roof. It's on the ground.
On the ground. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But we could
make a compound.
Make a compound and have a middle room with a podcast studio.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Full of whiskey and be in the middle of Borrego Springs.
Exactly.
Sounds amazing.
Gotcha. We'll need to hit up Elon for some of that Starlink, but
No,
I might be actually getting Starlink soon.
Yeah, we have friends with Starlink. It actually works great.
Yeah.
We were looking into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the new camera, because I can actually, because I work remotely.
Yeah.
I could legit work from my camper if I get the Starlink to work. That's my plan.
Go to Alaska, Starlink.
I could be on the road and just pull off and, just like
work. Yeah.
Wherever the fuck I may be.
That's cool. Yeah. I think we're looking at it too. And it's a $1,500 setup fee?
Depends on which one you get. Okay. You can get if you're willing to just base camp it, basically. Like you stop and then okay, I can set up my computer and I can work from here at this whatever campground or wherever that may be.
Yeah.
That one's only like $700 or $800. If you want the roaming one, while you're driving, like somebody's driving, you could be in the passenger seat or in the back of the van or wherever you may be working. That one's like $1,500.
Gotcha. Okay.
But F all that, I'm just gonna get like the $700 or $800 one, drive to a spot where I think it's amazing, sit by the river, pull out my laptop and work.
Yeah. Yeah.
The problem is I wouldn't want to work.
Yeah. But I mean, like, let's say, okay, you get to a spot the first day, I'm going to soak it all in, enjoy everything. But like, if I have to work, do I want to come home and work?
Right.
Or I can sit here by this lake or wherever I may be in the pines and just work, fuck it. I'll
It
work
honestly
there.
works really well. It's the speeds are fast.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, everybody I've talked to has been like loving it.
Yeah.
Opt-Off Road has one, and we use theirs. The other people, their Rebel Rally partners, have the Sterling. We use it on the Mojave Road. Amazing.
Yeah.
So I recommend it. But yeah, to answer your question, if you have a shift pod, we have a little compound, you can have Starlink out there. It has all the electrical ports to come in. So if you have like, I don't know, some sort of like generator that is external, unless you have like a battery bank,
Yep.
you could literally like pipe everything into the shift pod.
Wow.
And it has
Sealed.
like,
Yeah.
and then you can like cinch it up so like no bugs get in or whatever. But
Wow. That's
Super
like,
dope,
that's
man.
pretty cool. Yeah.
yeah,
They're essentially like, kind of like the old ice fishing tents.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Basically, they're all
mini
insulated, but they but then they
same
have like
idea.
a floor system now, so you know they're whatever the elements don't get in as well. But
Yeah.
and they're super well insulated. Like I love sleeping in that thing. I was thinking the heat, the cold, they're great.
keeps it dark.
Yeah,
Yeah, see, that's important for me because, for me, any light whatsoever, I'm awake. Like if I don't close I have blackout curtains in our room, and if I don't close them all the way, the first hint of any light, I am up, and it's like I'm up the rest of the night.
yeah.
Well, I will tell you, we were just out at the King of the Hammers, and I was in my shift pod, and I thought day was just breaking,
Yeah,
and the sun was completely out. When I opened I go, zzz, unzipped it.
all
I'm
this
like,
stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone's awake and like
yeah, people were partying or whatever. It was total like daylight, but
Yeah.
it looked like it was just breaking daylight inside.
okay, and it's well insulated. It's like
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a thick material. It's also reflective, so it like keeps the
bounces it
heat.
Yeah, we were at that one Olaf event. I was sleeping in the shift pod, and it was like we were getting sleet, like freezing rain was coming down, and we just had like a Pendleton blanket, and we were on an air mattress in there, and like we're freaking golden, man. Super toasty in there. We ended up having to open the windows because it got too hot in there.
yeah,
yeah.
It's just no, that was rad.
And during the summer, in the middle of the heat, remember we went down to like Colorado River?
Yeah.
Our buddy used my shift pod.
Yeah.
We were down by the river. It was like 100 degrees and everything. And he just opened up all the windows. It was nice and cool inside and reflected the heat.
Reflective material. Thick they're not like your old school when you're a kid growing up with the thin walled tents. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, they're rad.
yeah. The nylon that like melts if like a spark hits it, and
Yeah, it's not like that.
Yeah.
Nah, it's a good option, man.
Yeah.
So check out Shift Pod if you're interested.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll have to
Even
check
like
it out,
like you're saying, like the darkness, like the rooftop tent, like some of the material on like I had my original rooftop tent. The first one I had was like a really thin material, and like whenever that sun would come up, you could tell it was morning.
Yeah.
And then like later on, I got another rooftop tent, and it was a thicker material, and like it was game changer. Just like it stayed dark in there. It was rad.
Yeah, I need that to be like, out there. And, they say like if you need to reset your internal clock, you go out and go to bed when the sun goes down and wake up when the sun comes up, and then it does it. Like I can't do that because any light, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, and you're crossing time zones sometimes, and you're going back east or something. Now it's sun's rising at a different time, but
Are you guys going to Overland Expo?
Yes.
We just talked about that.
We were just talking about that. Ben will probably be going to Flagstaff.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to the one in Oregon.
Yeah. I want to go to both. I'm going to try to go to
I
both.
wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done Flagstaff the last few years. But like, again, when they did the new, what are they calling it? The coast.
It was like the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
one or whatever.
They just did that one. I think last year was the first year they did it. Or the
Yeah,
year
it was
before.
recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go to Oregon. So I'm like,
Which one are you going to?
Are you going to go any of them?
For sure. Well, not for sure. I mean, 99.999% sure I'm going to go to Flagstaff, but I love the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
And so, I want to go to both. What are the dates of that one? Do you know?
That's
like June.
The Pacific
right?
Northwest is like the second week of July.
So like they're like 6 weeks apart between the two of them? Or so, something like that.
Yeah.
My baby is due July 23rd, so I will not be going.
You'll
to that.
definitely be
That's why I'm
Definitely
going to
will.
that one.
Yeah.
So Flagstaff is usually in May.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be able to get out for May, and that's why I'm going to go to it. So we're going to kind of divide and conquer.
Yeah.
But I'll be going to that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll caravan out there.
Yeah, man,
I'll
let me
follow your
know.
Mini.
Yeah. No, it's a fun.
I'll take the ZR2.
Yeah. For that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you done any trails in your Sequoia?
Not yet.
Oh,
Do you want to?
Yes.
All
Say
right.
no pinstripes yet. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
so-
As Gen Z would say less.
Say less. Say less. Bet.
Bet.
Yeah. I heard a grown man say that, looked at me and said, bet. And I was like,
What?
the fuck? What? Bet what?
What are we betting on?
yeah.
I mean, all
How
right, I'm
much?
game, but
I'm not even that old, but it's like, that's still like a last couple of years thing. And like,
yeah.
Well, no, bet used to be around back in the day, and then it came back. So when I reheard it again, I was like, wait, what's the context?
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's so fetch of you.
Fetch. Okay, 2006.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. This time flies. Yeah.
Dude, talk about time flies, dude. It's like almost 10 o'clock right now.
Really?
Yeah, it's
No, it's
9:55.
Oh,
What time?
shit.
What time did we start?
kicking it.
How
Like
long?
7:30, something like that.
Shit, it's a long episode, y'all.
No, we covered a
over.
lot of
We
topics.
did. Yeah. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
We're all over the place. Yeah, we
Hopefully
might-
your morning commute. We have our original morning commute DJ here.
Yeah.
I just went in and was friends with the guys. So I wasn't, I'm
We'll
not
give
trying
you
to say
full credit.
Okay. Thanks. for the
No
credit.
one's gonna fact check you, dude.
yeah.
It was New Mexico, whatever. Right?
That's true. Yeah.
you carried the show. Don't worry about it.
You know, you have to be so politically correct with everything.
Oh, I'm
you can't
sure.
say even in business, I'm like, what I mean to say is, I said, or if like one of my supervisors reprimands somebody else, and I'm like, well, what he meant by that was,
yes.
and it's just,
Got PC everything.
yeah, PC and just like, I don't know. So that's why I'm like, well, it wasn't, let's be clear. It wasn't, because someone will be like, wait a second,
That's why I like
Yeah.
the independent podcast format.
Yeah.
Non-sponsored.
We don't
can
give a
say where the fuck we want.
yeah.
Like when we were saying earlier, we used to play airsoft and we had sponsors, and like that killed all the fun.
Yeah.
Because
It
we used to
did.
run around, do whatever the fuck we wanted, and also we got sponsors like, ooh,
Don't
we
say
we
that.
got a camera crew following you, and you can't say that kind of stuff anymore. And we're like, well, this is no fun anymore.
Yeah.
I wanna
That was half the fun.
Yeah, I want to talk
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
We
I
love
want-
talking
I want
shit.
to flick that guy off.
Yeah.
And, from the other team.
Like,
and
oh
like,
no, you're
Gosh
representing us
darn him.
now.
Gosh darn it.
Oh,
Golly
that was
gee.
fair. That was fair.
Yeah,
Fair call. Yeah,
Good-
I'm out.
Good shot. Good
Yeah.
shot.
Good
My bad.
shot.
Yeah.
Son of a
That motherfucker
bitch,
totally
you
cheated.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but no, we appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah.
It's been a great episode. I mean, I would love to talk to you more. Come back anytime.
Yeah, we'll have to have you back
Seriously.
on after you get some pinstripes on the Sequoia.
Oh, I hope to be there when he gets his pinstripes.
know, right?
And that color is going to be, that's going to show everything.
Oh, of
the
course.
dark colors. Yeah.
I have that DeWalt buffer, by the way.
Hey, you need to bring that over because I got some buffing I need.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
All right, man.
I thought about the paint protection film.
Oh, PPF, yeah.
PPF.
Yeah.
$7,000, which I guess is cheap.
Fuck it, just wrap it.
Get a whole new
Yeah.
fucking paint job for that.
Yeah, for
dude.
$2,000. You can get a whole new.
Yeah.
$2,000. You can
I know
get a
some
whole
people.
wrap, Yeah.
Sign art
Oh, do you?
graphics.
All right, let's do that.
Did my rap.
No, the rap company, like everybody started going to them. Like, so you originally heard from Jesse, was the original one who got you hooked
Yeah,
on,
our
right?
trooper. She they did the wraps on both of their vehicles, so then she introduced me. So I went down, did mine, and then Brandon,
4122
Liquid
did that,
Molly,
like Liquid Molly.
4122. His
Yeah.
Jeep looks rad now. Yeah, no,
Okay.
they do a great job with wraps.
What's the name
They're
of
in Vista. Sign Art Graphics.
Okay, yeah. I've heard
A
of that.
family owned
Yeah.
company, super rad, and yeah, they'll hook it up.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I could do get a graphic on that side that says the best, greatest of all time outdoor cooking show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Cooking show competition.
maybe trademarked by then, but
I don't know. I'm going home and I'm trademarking that right now and starting the website. So
Oh, I already got it. Didn't you see me over here
I
ordering
did
that?
see you on your phone. Yeah. GoDaddy.com.
yeah, GoDaddy's on.
I get all my domains from Google.
Yeah.
Google domains. But no, thank you so much for coming on, man,
Yeah.
and thank you very much for the gift. Like that's
Yeah, those
awesome.
are rad.
I can't wait to
tumblers,
use it
man.
tomorrow.
We'll post some pictures of them. Yeah, we each got two. I'm gonna leave one here, and I'm gonna leave another
Did
one.
we
in
each
the
get
truck.
two, or is he taking two home?
Oh, maybe.
No, those are for you guys.
That was rad, dude. I really
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, I need some. Well, I could just make another one if I want to know.
I guess right. Yeah, right.
But yeah, and next time I'll bring a bottle and we can drink some whiskey. Out
You were
of
saying you had like a
those
special
cups.
bottle.
Yeah, so I had a whiskey made.
Ooh, that's what we need to do.
I do crazy stuff. Like I love.
Where'd you get it made?
I'll have to find.
Let us know because I would love to make our own as well.
Yeah, they do your own label, like whatever you
That
want.
would be bitchin'.
And so you do all the ingredients, like this much.
You
of
can
this.
pick out how you
pick
want
it,
the
and it's
yeah.
unique, and like even down to the bottle, like how you want a bottle, and you can do it like full scale. Like I want 2,000 bottles of this, but
Well,
Jesus,
I
I
don't
was like, I'll just do
know.
one bottle. Yeah, I'm just doing one bottle.
Dude, me and Eric, as his overland, he was trying. We went down the rabbit hole. We were gonna make a distillery out of my third car garage. Like we were gonna go all about it, but like we were ordering bottles and all the gear, and
Yeah.
What happened? This is the first time I'm hearing this.
Oh no, yeah, we were gonna go all in on this shit. Something happened. I don't remember.
Yeah.
A wife's like,
Wife,
a wife's like, wait,
girlfriend.
you're gonna do what?
kind of dumb.
Yeah.
No offense to the women out there. Sorry, I just alienated a whole.
Well, no,
man, I'm
they're
canceled.
they're what holds us together.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're the
100%.
ones who
Keep
keep
us
us in
grounded.
check.
Yeah.
Are you
We would-
kidding me?
Yeah.
I would do a lot of dumb shit.
Well, that's what I meant. Like they probably checked you,
The
and
voice of
they were
reason.
like, "Hey,
Well, that's
that
why we
is-
don't have a distillery in the
that is
garage.
not
Yeah,
exactly.
She probably came along and was like, "Do you understand that you have to get permits for this shit?"
Yeah.
You're like, "God damn it!"
Shut up.
Yeah, because there's like you have to have like special vents and like all kinds of crazy stuff.
Well, yeah.
I looked at a like a setup like that. I'm like, I'm not. What am I doing? I'm not trying to get another hobby. Like,
That's the thing. I think that's what it came down to. Like, I got this firearms hobby. I got the off-road hobby. I can't afford fucking another hobby. God damn. Yeah.
basically, yeah. But yeah, next time I'll definitely bring some.
I would love to try
bring
that.
some of that and
I just got canceled, guys.
Yeah.
I just people are tweeting about it right now.
yeah,
They're like, Ben Holstrand is the new Don Lemon.
that's crazy. I just got a text message right now. They're like, "Are you sitting there with Chili, Colorado?" Right
Oh
now?"
my God, cancel
Damn it.
that guy. He's such an asshole. No. I didn't mean it that way. I love you guys. I'm sorry. I love you, ladies.
Love all the ladies.
Yeah,
No, this has been fun, man. Like,
Yeah,
like
right.
let's definitely do this again. Do you have any plugs?
yeah. Actually, yes, I do.
Yeah.
So my training company. If you're looking for training, you want like, not reliable, but if you want a good training that's not going to be like a bunch of crazy shit you don't need to know. My company is Skillset Defense, so we're skillsetdefense.com, and then also on Instagram, you can find me and my overlanding stuff at mad_Yeti_, and I'm also on Instagram at instructor_Yeti.
Oh, okay.
And so that's just like a separate one. It's a relatively new.
I was saying I didn't know about that one.
So give him a follow.
Yeah,
I just
hit him
started
up.
that. And then I don't know if you guys read Tread Magazine.
Yes.
But the issue that's coming out within the next week or two, I wrote a 6-page article in that about solo travel.
Oh wow.
And provided the photos, and there's Sequoia.
So you're kind of in with Tread Magazine, right?
I mean, I know,
You know
I
some
know
of the
people
people
there.
there?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
just
dabbles.
yeah. I mean,
I'm canceled now,
I
so
was
fuck
a
me.
little like they did a recent, Overland podcast.
Oh, that's right.
And,
That's right. Yeah.
Some of their choices were questionable.
For what was it?
The top 10 Overland podcasts
Oh.
Yeah,
well,
it was painfully clear that it was paid for.
is all paid for.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, like some of them were actually anti-overland vehicles.
Yeah.
And they like listed them as their one of their top 10 overland podcasts because they're actually actively working to shut down trails. I
Yeah.
thought that was odd that
That was
would be.
it was the REI one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
REI was an overland podcast and they're trying to shut down trails.
Yeah.
I just thought
Let's
it was
talk to your
sus.
boys.
Yeah. I'll see what I can do.
Some of them, they had some good ones on there, but
They're like, we won't sponsor you guys because you guys talk
yeah,
shit on the other
they don't
gender.
like us.
Yeah.
We're just average overlanders. We're
Yeah,
not
you guys are just
cool
average.
overlanders.
Yeah.
below average over here.
Yeah.
Well, and with the REI, like you got all the cool like swag.
Oh, yeah,
codes
of
for
course.
$300, and
Yeah.
you got to do all that stuff. But
Absolutely.
but yeah,
No, it is a great magazine.
No, it's a good magazine.
We're just
I'm
we're
just-
just
I'm
we're
just
just a
giving them
little
shit.
sour.
Yeah,
You know.
we're a little.
did you guys throw your hat in the ring for it, or was there any way to?
No, there's no way to like enter. I mean, it's just whoever they felt. That's why we're saying we think it was bought and paid for. But
Yeah.
In fact, people contacted us and told us it,
like,
and then
what
we
is
realized
this? We didn't. Yeah, we weren't aware, but yeah.
they're like, "How the hell are you not in the top 10?" We're like, "I don't
I
know.
don't know. We didn't.
What's the criteria?
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have
You're
any
not pretty."
sponsors.
Yeah,
and,
well, I understand.
we don't have any big name sponsors paying for this. So
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who
You
knows?
guys got to get some sponsors on here for like the.
Yeah.
I mean,
It'd be
maybe.
nice.
It's
I'll
so
take it.
funny because like my whole day job is marketing, but I just
Yeah.
don't want to market afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't like being that guy like begging for something. I don't
No,
know.
I
I feel
know
like a
what you mean,
schmuck, asking for anything. So.
Anytime I ask for something, it's always like, but this is what I'll do for you, and I don't mind paying. So I always throw it.
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
But it's-
Yeah. Well, let's get into my plug then, because it's very relevant to that comment.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
I buy Falcon tires no matter what. My neighbor is the one who got me on it, and I've literally had Falcon tires on all my vehicles, and they make a great tire. Depends on what you're talking about, but I love the AT3Ws, which is the all-terrains I have in my ZR2.
Yep.
And I hit them up, and I was like, hey, I need some tires for the Mini because I really hate these Milestars that are not because they're Milestar, but because they were load range C.
They were the right tire for your.
They were like a truck tire for this little Mini Cooper that weighs half as much as a truck.
Yeah.
So they contacted me. They're like, oh yeah, no, that's cool. Let's get you on these. And they're the all-terrain AT Trails. So it's basically a CUV all-terrain that is like snow rated and all this other stuff. So they hooked me up. I mean, I paid for it, but a discounted rate. So full disclosure, I got them at a discounted rate. But I wanted them because they're the same tires they put on the Baja 911.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
rad.
So those tires are like proven for like some off-road,
Some
but
wild stuff.
some wild shit.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. So they're going on the Mini. I just need to get some rims.
Yeah.
Rams. Nice.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
yeah, that's my plug. Falcon Tire, man. They make amazing tires, and I know this
Quality
because I
tires.
bought them. Got some discounts.
Do they
on
have an
them,
RT yet?
Okay, so I pull up because I got them today. I pull up to a distribution center, saw a 4Runner parked next to me. I looked down. It's the RT.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, because I looked at those tires, I was like, damn, those are sexy. They make an RT now.
all right. Everybody's making RT now. That's what I need. That's what I
it's
want
the new
for my
rage.
next tire. Yeah.
That's the new rage.
Man, I've been with Toyo since my first Tundra, my 2014, which I bought in 2017. But I love Toyo. But I mean, I have no like
No, those
relationship
are
with
quality tires.
Actually, I tagged them in every single post, and they haven't even looked at it yet.
Really?
Like a single
hate
post.
that?
Haters.
Yeah. And not that I don't really care, but like I take some good photos of their tires. Like
yeah.
of
you
the
got
tire.
out
like,
of the way, make the effort to make your shit look
like,
good.
Yeah, like I'm like in a stream with like the water running over it
Yeah.
and stuff. It's like
Toyo.
Toyo right there. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So it's
You would think.
yeah, maybe they just don't have a good like social media group team or something like that. I don't know.
You know, it's wild.
companies
Sometimes
don't.
it could be like the brand image, like, oh, we don't want to be associated with that, or oh, that's not the right filter.
Yeah.
Just for example,
Well,
some wild shit. T-Mobile, right? We used to do some marketing for T-Mobile, but my father-in-law owns a sign shop. They had their own people fly out to make sure that the magenta used was the proper magenta, because there's a different wild range of magentas apparently. And so they had to calibrate the machines so that whatever marketing material went out was the proper magenta. Like there could be something to that degree where like, oh,
That
the
makes
Toyo
sense.
wasn't perfectly lit or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Well, you would think like, I mean, obviously you have a brand new Sequoia, like the new
Yeah.
is always like, yeah, we want to feature that.
Yeah.
You know, like I had like an old piece of shit Land Rover, and I would tag the shit out of like whatever company I had, Milestar or whatever I had on there, and they could care less. Like, yeah, no, we're not posting your shit box. You know what I mean? But yeah, you have a new Sequoia. I mean, you think that would be the hot new shit?
Yeah, and like I mean, not to toot my own horn, but like I've been
clean.
into photography my whole life.
Yeah,
like,
you get some rad photos.
I mean, like sometimes they're a little over edited, but like it's
That's
like,
what they want.
yeah, it pops, you know, and it's but I mean I spent the money on the camera and the lenses. Like I've got every possible lens, you know, and
What do you shoot with?
I've got a Sony.
I would say
A7,
Sony.
Yeah,
Sony's the
Sony
way to go now, man.
A7 R4,
Nice.
and then I've got the A7 III, and then I've got a Canon 80D, but I don't use the Canon anymore. It's like a couple of years old now, and kind of
Yeah, I need to get a Sony. That's like the next.
yeah. And I know we're trying to wrap up, but
That's fine.
I switched.
We always do this.
I switched over to Sony. I went on a like a little sabbatical. My mom passed away, so I went on this trip to kind of clear my head, and I was spreading some of her ashes, and so Moab was my first stop.
Rad.
And part of everything I was going to do was like take pictures and
Planned
create
it out.
content and all that stuff. I get to Moab and I go to get my camera bag out of the car, and I didn't bring my camera bag.
Shit,
So I'm
like
in
my ass.
Moab without a camera. I've got my iPhone, but that's not the same.
Yeah.
And so I go to the only camera shop in Moab and overpaid for like a
They got you.
like little crappy Sony. It's still like a DSLR. It's still like the you can change lenses and all that, but it's like the A7 or whatever. It's like it's like a $600 camera, $400 camera that they charge
double
$1,000 for.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
You're in Moab.
Yeah.
I'm in Moab, but I got that
At their
camera.
mercy, yeah.
And then when I'm out there and I'm messing with this, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. This is like way easier than, or I like this way more than I like my Canon. And people, like what they like and they stick with the same brand.
Yeah, yeah.
After that, like, I still have that one. I don't even remember what the model number is. It's still like perfect. And then I've got the other two that I use. So it's, but that's what I like to shoot on. What do you get? Do you guys?
I do Canon.
Yeah.
But I need to make the switch to Sony. So I kind of was talking to Open Road for 2 last weekend. We were at Garage 79, and like they use Sony now. AIM, I believe, use Sony. Like a lot of people are going that route. So
Yeah, I mean, Sony. It's just like so crisp.
Yeah.
And, do you guys know Chase Gardner? Chase and Point.
I would say Chase and Point.
Chase and Point,
So
yeah.
his shit's rad
His
too.
stuff's incredible. Yeah. So he was the one. We actually went to Moab once, but we were in northern Utah before we went to Moab, and he's like showing me this, and I'm like, oh, I got a Canon, and I'm like thinking it's all cool, and he's like, yeah, this is the Sony A7R4. And I was like, wait, what is it? And why does that lens look different than this lens that's on mine, which is just a kit lens? And I mean, I knew about other lenses.
Yeah,
he had
yeah.
like 80.
It's all about the glass.
And,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, oh, I need to start like doing that because my photos look like his when I have these lenses because I use this camera.
So different.
Yeah, night and day difference. So
Yeah.
For creating good content, having the right lenses was probably the biggest thing I ever did was get a good camera. It's like 64 megapixels or something like that, but good camera and good glass.
Yeah,
Dude.
Yeah, I the same thing. I used to like to shoot with my kit lens or whatever, and it was all right. But then, like, I got a better, some better glass and better, and it made a huge difference. And
What happened to Nikon?
Still around. I don't know much about Nikon, but it's
I gave
Because that's what my original cameras were.
that was my
Nikon.
original camera, and my daughter uses my Nikon now. I gave her my Nikon.
Dude, that's when I got married in 08. One of our gifts was a Nikon camera.
Yeah, when I first got it, it was like, wow, this is a fucking nice camera.
Dude,
But now
super
it's
nice.
like, meh.
I got the VR lens when it first came out in 2008, where I had that stabilization motors in it.
Oh, yeah,
and
now,
everything.
yeah. This,
Killed my battery.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I still have all that stuff, dude. I just never use it. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. It's probably all antiques now.
technology changes so
It's
fast.
crazy
Like,
to keep up with that shit.
even phones, like I tried to, I had a like drawer full of iPhones from all the past models.
Yep.
and I tried to fire it up, and it's like it cannot connect, and the outdated this, and I'm like,
They force you to buy a
they
new one.
force you to, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
but like,
I was holding on to my iPhone 8 forever, and like it wouldn't even function anymore because like it didn't have enough memory on it to handle the updates.
yeah,
So it was like, well, I guess I have to buy a new one.
yeah. But now, I mean, even these are like insane with what you can do.
Oh yeah, I mean, you're saying it's not the same as like the good cameras, but you can take some pretty decent photos with the new cameras on the phones nowadays.
Yeah.
They make good. I mean, it comes out great. I mean, it's not going to be a DSLR
obviously it's not going to be a nice
quality, but
you can make some good shots here and there. If that's all you got, fuck it.
Yeah.
my problem is I don't have the eye for the shot. You know what I mean? Like that's what's key.
It's all about composition. You have to like frame it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be like, hey, I think this looks cool. And everybody's like, it's trash.
Hey, fuck them.
Yeah. It's my Instagram channel, not
I
yours.
can do what I want.
Yeah.
When I want.
Yeah. I do what I want.
Yeah.
That's right. This is America.
I tell you what. I tell you what.
I tell you what.
Oh man. So what's your plug? So we went through his plugs, my plugs. What's up?
So, like, we were both going to go to this 4x4s and coffee in Oceanside, but they're postponing it. It was
'Cause
on
of the
Saturday.
rain?
Yeah. So, it's supposed to rain all weekend, so they postponed it. They're going to put it off for another day.
Yeah.
But there is
CBI on Saturday.
Where's
okay.
that?
It's going to be in Riverside. They're
that's
teaming up
right.
with like Peak Suspension.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
So
that's a
I
good
saw
one.
that, and I should be there because Nick owns Peak Suspension.
Yeah.
And CBI makes a bumper for the Sequoia because they already built one out. So still, my Sequoia is the only one I've seen. So, aside from what I've seen on social media, but around town, I mean, I don't know, some CBI bumper,
I
low
have
profile bumper might look good.
I wouldn't mind. No. I wish they made a rear high
Rear bumper.
clearance dual swing out bumper for
You
my
have a very
truck.
specific use case.
Son of a bitch. I went through a giant ordeal trying to get us a spare tire.
Oh,
mount,
yeah.
Because like I have
for the-
37s
Yeah.
and I can't fit it underneath the truck into the giant. But like I went to Rigged
Yeah.
for their
Swing
out. They're ultra swing, and it's been great so far.
Looks good.
I haven't taken it on trail yet, but it seems to be holding that 37, which almost crushed me trying to mount it on there. But
is it hitch mount?
Yeah, hitch mount one. Okay. Yeah, it slides in the hitch receiver, which I had to modify for my bumper because I have an aftermarket bumper and like this whole process. But yeah, they're super cool out there. Jason definitely helped me out. Like, looked at his Scout and how he had his mounted on there and stuff like that because he has just a custom bumper as well. So he was giving me ideas and stuff, and they're super helpful trying to make things work. And yeah, so it turned out pretty good. I have to test it on trail first, but it seems to be pretty solid.
It sounds like that's what we should do. Is we should go stop by the CBI peak thing and then go hit a trail without bushes.
Yeah,
so we don't get scratches.
Don't want to scratch anything.
Not yet.
But
I got to get it finished. The build has to be finished. So I get the photos and then I can start, flipping it out. But
exactly.
Yeah.
Then we'll get the video of him dragging the Palo Verde trees in Copa.
Oh yeah.
That's what I did when I first got my ZRT.
Is your build ever finished though? I mean, come on now.
No, it never really is.
Yeah.
I need to do a fridge and maybe one of those tents or a rooftop tent or something. I need to do
some sort of sleeping apparatus
system. Yeah, that'd be the way to go.
Yeah,
right on, man.
Cool. But then I'm just gonna say, not this weekend, but Saturday, March 4th is Rigs at the Ranch in Temecula.
Yeah,
PRP and they're hosting it, and it should be pretty fun. So I'll be out there. I'll hopefully be out there at that one. I think this weekend, weather permitted, I'm going to be hanging out with Tony Adventure Power Solutions, trying to get that solar squared away.
In the rain.
That'll be fun.
We're going to do some electrical work in the rain.
Sounds like a great time.
Yeah.
That Rigs at the Ranch thing should be pretty cool because I think it's going to be at Vail Ranch, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Where they've got all the food options there and all stuff.
Vail Lake. Not to be confused with Vail Lake, but and
it's like next to Ross and like Marshalls or whatever.
Yeah, like on the 79 in Temecula area, if you're familiar with the locals. Kind of just before the Walmart.
Yeah,
exactly.
Across from Home Depot, off Temecula Parkway.
Yeah, there's like a little old ranch area and stuff like that. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it should be a fun good little meetup. Hang out, check out some new stuff.
Yeah,
if you need some seats, PRP. But
which I need for the Mini.
I mean, I'll take some. Well, if they had some cooled seats, I'd take some.
I just want some race seats. I want to go fast.
I want some cool seats for my Sequoia.
Yeah. Right on, man. Well,
but that's all I got. And then there is a Rigs and Brews, Michelle's Rigs and Brews, the OG original Rigs and Brews, coming up soon in April. She's working on the date, but we'll
get excited.
We'll get excited because there's another Rigs and Brews coming up, and I'm excited. So they're always rad vendors.
It's always the best time.
Yeah, it's a great time. So.
And we live so close that we should caravan out there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'll roll in with the average Overlander. Be part of one of the groupies.
Yeah, we'll all roll in and
we have
park
groupies now.
Yeah, yeah. And then I mean, shoot, we might get some snow this weekend. So no, I got to finish working on the truck. I got so much shit to do.
Well, if you don't,
if you
end up going up,
there's
in
some fun snow to play with. Like
Focus.
I'll let you know.
Focus.
God damn it, get shit done. Do work.
Yeah.
But again, Tom, really appreciate you coming out, man. It was a lot of fun. Finally made it happen.
I know.
We got to make it happen more often.
Yeah, man.
Again, so
12 minutes away or 16 minutes.
Yeah, we didn't even get to all the stuff we want to talk about. We can talk about some trips and all that fun stuff, but maybe we'll go on some together and we'll make some, some conversation here.
Yeah.
Some new stories to make up.
Totally.
So.
Yeah. Totally.
But anything else, Ben? You want to add to it?
No, I'm good,
thumbs
man.
up and you're happy?
Thumbs up. Happy.
All right. Well, everybody be safe with your firearms out there.
Yeah, be safe.
Take some training.
Get training. Skillsetdefense.com.
Yep.
Hit me up.
Sounds good. I will.
Yeah, right.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
All right,
everybody. Well, thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you again next week.